Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. Today we got a 5k PKO from WCOOP 2025. We got Gammy on the final table, Grozorg, What is Love, High Risk, High Reward. We got Internet 930, Bonjour from Fimo, got Wizzo, Rate a Lot, and Go for Gunners. Ace Queen, starting things off with a little open for What is Love. Internet with King 6 isn't suited. Probably not going to 3-bet here. They go in the tank from the small. Got a bunch of different words being said here. Is that Gratitude? Gratitude, GL. Got some GLs out there. We got 40-some K, 45K for the victory. Everybody's got $6,800 locked up in the old 5K here. Bounties on top of it, of course. Ace Queen, looks like they check back the flop. Is this a sound going? What the hell's going on here? Here we go, sound is going. Wizzo with the pair of sevens. Third pair on a board that contains potential straights. Wizzo finds a little bet ski, takes the pot down. Ace Queen is out of there. Queen 10 suited for Fimo under the gun with 75 blinds. Looks like they're in second place position. They come in for the open. Does anybody play? Probably not. Rate a Lot with 9-6 in the big blind. Could defend, but probably freaking not. They're in last place here with 21 blinds behind. Or 21 blinds. 22 blinds in total. Holy shit. Sure fumbled the sentence there. Their recovery was pretty bad too. But anyways, Fimo, the Rays will just get through. We're going to try to move along quickly here. 8-8. Gunners comes in for the open under the gun. Ace King for Grozorg. $3,100 bounty on their head. See a couple of aces probably being folded. We'll see if Gunners takes this, what's perceived to be a flip. Don't think any eights were folded. Ace 9 for Internet somehow hasn't folded yet. Surely this just gets back to Gunners here. They got 60 blinds in total, playing 27 deep. Is for like half their stack. Bounty opportunity. Let's see if Gunners takes it. If they jam, they obviously get a call. Gunner says, "Nah, fuck this dude. I opened under the gun. I'll look for a better spot." I wanted to see a flip there. Anyways, Gunners will fold and move along. Rate a Lot with a couple of kings. From the button here, Internet with Ace 8 offsuit from the hijack. Da-do-do-do. Internet thinks open. They got 60 blinds. They cover everybody but Fimo behind. Ace 8 does find the open. Oh, fuck. Thanks to KalipokerTV poker replays. If at any point in time you don't give a shit for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video. Kalipoker as well. How could I forget to shout out Kalipoker? Anyways, Rate a Lot with a couple of kings, ripping it in for 17.5 blinds. Okay, I'll say it a little bit slower. Thanks to Kalipoker for the fucking replay, dude. Best YouTube channel out there, not just poker content. YouTube channel in general. Maybe right behind EQ Poker, if we're being honest. No, EQ is second. The Kalipoker. There we go. So Kalipoker, EQ, Doug Bulk. Ace 3 for Wizzo. They limp it on in here. Anyways, Kalipoker's great. Thanks for the replay, dude. Or dudes. Or people, human. I don't know, man. You know what I'm trying to say. Quit making me talk so much. I'm just gonna fucking fumble my words. Ace 3 suited. Flops a frickin' flush draw. Goes for a little bet ski here. Jack 7 for Gammy. Doesn't have much going on. They'll probably just fold. Wizzo takes the pot down. 10-10 for high risk. Looks like an under the gun plus 1 open. What is Love should fold that. King 4-0. Not much behind here. 6-7 for Grozorg in the big blind. Grozorg does like to throw around some chips, but if we're being honest, they kind of want to stay ahead of Wizzo here. Cover them for the bounty. They'll still cover Rate a Lot. Grozorg says, "Fuck it, dude. We're off to the flop." 7-4-2. Top pair for Grozorg with some backdoor equity. Only the straight draw is clean, though. High risk with the over pair goes for a Betsky. Big Betsky. 3.7 blinds into 5.6. Check raised by Grossorg. They're in trouble, dude. They are in some trouble here. Do we fold to a 3-bet? Do we just get it in? Kind of want to see high risk just call, but it feels like a 4-bet is, or a 3-bet is coming in. Holy shit, why am I stumbling over all the words? I've got coffee here. 3-bet does come in, 3-bet jam. 22 blinds behind, finds the call, 7 or 6, dude. Oh, and the 4 on the turn pairs the board, so 6 no longer would work. Grossorg has 2 outs to the river. We get the king of spades. High risk gets the bounty. It was $3,100. Yeah, just a little bit more than that. Everybody gets the ladder, so we're guaranteed 8,400. A little coffee in me. Try to wake up my brain. Another long day in the office here. Queen Jack for Fimo. That will come in for the open, surely. High risk is in the big blind. Do we ever think about a fold? Fimo says, not quite, dude. Queen Jack is pretty good. 8-7 for high risk. I think just calls pre-flop. It's kind of a no-brainer comment. Ace Queen 6 is the flop. 3 in a row for high risk. We'll just check fold, surely. Ace high board. I don't think we're really inclined to check raise here. No backdoor flush draw. 8-7 just hits the muck. Couple of interesting spade holdings. Wizzo under the gun with ace 5 suited. I'm gonna come in for a limp under the gun. Ace 4 suited for Fimo. King queen of spades for internet in the big blind. Fimo says, I'm coming along with my suited ace. Internet covers Wizzo. I think we just want to check and see a flop though. 9-8-5. Interesting little board here. Internet with some backdoor straight draw. 2 overcards, the backdoor flush draw. Wizzo. Bottom pair, backdoor flush draw. Fimo with the nut flush draw on the flop here. I suppose there's a few straight flush potentials in there. Fimo will go for a 1.5 blind bet. King queen probably hits the muck. This is a small bet, dude. Internet goes in the tank here. They're gonna let the king queen go. Ace 5 has to call. Would be an interesting raise. Wizzo says no, that's not necessary. We got a queen on the turn, so Jack 10 gets there. Obviously there's still the club draw. Internet would have made top pair, but that doesn't matter. Was a very small flop bet, but I think king queen doesn't really want to proceed 3 ways in this situation. Even if you smack off a queen, 9 pairs the board on the river. Like Jack 10 still got there. 9x makes 3 of a kind. 8-8 is a slow played boat. Same with 5s. There still might be some over pairs. Not likely now. Wait, Wizzo limped? There's not going to be over pairs. What a silly comment. Jack 10 is very possible. Some sort of 9 is very possible. As played, Jack 10 would have bet the turn. A 9 could have bet the flop for 1.5 blinds. Could have called. So either player could have had a 9 there, I suppose. Jack 10 with the turn action, not likely at all. And a little break to skip through. Ace 9 for Fimo. See if they come in for the open. 67 blinds. They say no thanks. Gunners with the king 4 suited. Very aggressive player. We'll see if they get after it here. They just say I'll look for another spot, dude. 56 blinds. How many hands are we playing? Or how many players are we at? 8? So is that the low jack or some shit? Sure looks like it. Gunner says, yeah, king 4 suited, not going to open from the low jack. Gammy with a couple of 3s will come in for the min raise. 9-7 suited. What is love is in the tank? What are we thinking about, dude? We're going to find the fold. Queen 6 suited. Almost a 3-betting hand. It's not quite King 6 suited. Queen 6 suited just finds the call. Very interesting play by high risk here. Feels like Gammy's opening quite wide, and they do have this small pair of threes. 10-5 for internet will get out of there. They must be playing like 12 tables or something. Wizzo with 10-8. Do we come along to the flop? Wizzo says no thank you. Queen 4-3 flop. Top pair versus bottom set. Love to see this short as shit. Gammy checks it on over. 1.6 blind bet by the toppest of pairs here. Gammy check raises 6.5. Do got the backdoor flush draw for high risk and a backdoor full house draw. We get a 3 on the turn. That is quads. Oh, how nasty a queen would be on the river. I feel like Gammy still has to bet, right? I don't know if we want to check here. Depends on the size. For high risk, it'll be very difficult to hang in there with Queen 6. It's a 12 blind bet. Would put some 40 blinds in the middle. 43 and a bit. 43.4 blinds in the middle if we get a call. 35 behind. We do get a call. 8 of spades on the river. High risk doesn't play their kicker anymore. Queens and 3s with the 8 kicker. Gammy with 4 of a kind. Obviously going to rip it in here. $6,200 bounty on their head. We'll see how curious high risk is. Obviously there's the missed flush draw. 5-6. 5-6 suited. You block the club variety. There still might be 5-6 of spades. 5-6 of hearts obviously. Would it even take this line? Would Gammy do this? If we're being honest, from what I've seen from Gammy, I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of bluffs here. I don't know. Would Ace Queen check the river? What does King Queen do? Feels like King Queen would check the river. Gammy's deep in the... Or this isn't Gammy, sorry, this is high risk deep in the tank. I got no idea what they should do here. Oh, wait, yes I do. I got a great clue. How about we fold? Gammy isn't going to be bluffing too much here. I just don't want to be rude. High risk says, oh, I'm so fucking tempted, dude. $6,200 bounty. Very tempting. High risk. Eventually lets go of the pair of queens, and it is a nice fold on the river there. Was a big pot sliding Gammy's way, but high risk still has 175 blinds. Queen 9 suited, they'll come in for an open. Internet with Ace King is in a stupid spot here, for being honest. Like a 3-bet seems very intuitive. You see a lot of calls with Ace King on the final tables here when we don't really want to bloat the pot. Typically that's around money bubbles. However, on this final table, Internet goes in the tank and clicks the call button with Ace King. You give Wizzo a chance to jam. You give Raid a lot a chance to jam. Does make some sense to call the Ace King here. Ace 8 comes along from the small. We get a Jack 5-4 flop, all spades. Internet with the spade draw. Holy shit, I want to play some poker, dude. Get me back in there. Queen 9 for high risk with the pre-flop aggression. Slows right down. We do got a backdoor straight draw. That doesn't mean much here. Queen high, no good. We'll see if Internet goes for a little bet ski. They say no, we're off to the turn for free. The 7 of diamonds. Brings in a straight draw to the 6 for Wizzo. High risk and still hit a 9 or queen to make the best hand. Ace 8, no, not an ace, sorry. 8 or 6 for Wizzo. Internet has the spade, so some of those cards don't count. 5 of diamonds on the river. Pretty boring shit here. Like, Ace 8 doesn't bluff. High risk can think about a bluff here with Queen 9. An Internet sandwich between two players might have a difficult time calling. Let's see what happens here. High risk might just check and say, fuck it, dude, I'll wave the white flag. It's not necessarily easy to rip something credible. Some sort of like ace 5, 5x of whatever sort. Anyways, high risk does check the queen 9. Internet takes it with ace king. Rather small pot there, but they don't want to blow the pot. Lose a bunch of chips. Probably not too wise, and they still left the door open for Wizzo and rate a lot to 3-bet all in. Anyways, we move on along. Internet with 62 blinds. Ace 2 from the cutoff here. They're just going to let that one go. Look for a better spot. 8-3 for Wizzo won't play. 7 and a 6 for rate a lot. We could limp, but we know we're going to get punished a lot. Rate a lot says, fuck that noise. I am out of here. I just fold there. What's going on here? We got an ace and a jack in the big blind. Wizzo with king 9 and an aggressive player. We'll see if they take this spot. Open it up from the cutoff. 7-5 suited. Internet could always click the open button. Cover everybody but Fimo behind us. 62 blinds. Internet thinks about it for a while. Very tempted. But they do let it go. King 9. Not as tempting if we're being honest. Wizzo snap folds pretty well. 7-2 for Fimo. Might just fold the worst hand in poker. Ace Jack for Gunners. Gets no action. It is a very, it's a good hand, but it's not top tier or nothing. You don't high-five your buddies over an Ace Jack O in the big blind. You don't tell yourself, wow, this is a big blind special. You're kind of like, okay, let's just see a flop in most cases. And if there's a bounty on the line, you're kind of like, ooh, I hope I'm okay. And your opponent shows you ace queen, and you're like, well, I knew I should have folded pre-flop. But anyways, 10-10 for Fimo. Fimo limps it in. 7 and a 2 for Gammy. They are suited and booted, ready to see a flop. They are forced to, actually. Jack 6-4 is the flop. 7-2 misses. No spades out there. A backdoor straight draw too, but we don't care about that much. 10-10 will give us a free turn, though. 10-10 gives us a free turn. We do not have any outs. With 7-2, we check once again. 3.5 blinds. We will not win. And Fimo will not get any more out of us. Free river, the queen of diamonds. Do we bluff? No. Cammy says, dude, you're not getting a penny out of me here. I have 7-2. You limp it in. Force me to see a turn and river, dude. Take the pot down. Fimo bets with the 10 and the 10. And does in fact take it down. Ace king for what is love in the big blind. Now this is a big blind special. Quickly text your mom. Say, tune into the stream. Mom, I got ace king. Just fold the Gammy. What's going on here? King 10 for Wizzo. Fimo with 8-7. No, Gunners with 6-5 suited on the button opens, right? Surely Gunners plays the suited connected hand here. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Big yawns. Yeah, 6-5 comes in for the open. Good stuff. Gunners is open, might get punished. Haven't heard too much from them just quite yet. I don't know if this is a similar spot with the ace king is what internet had earlier. What is love says, yeah, this is one where I think I just want a 3-bet. But an opening range is super fucking wide. Ace king can get it in good here. What is love makes it 12 blinds and just takes it down pre. Queen 10 suited. Wizzo might come in for an open high risk with queen 9 suited in the big blind. Other than that, most likely gonna be some folds. Sorry, I'm sleepy. Why is he doing a commentary if he's sleepy? I don't know, I'm trying to wake up. Queen 10 suited. Wizzo limps it in. 6-7 suited. Rate a lot comes along off of 19 blinds. Riddle me that one. Suppose it's very playable. We got high risk in the big blind. Queen 2 suited for what is love comes along. They dominate real lots hearts. Get a king 9 5 flop. Freaking lots going on here, dude. Straight draw for rate a lot to the 8 with the backdoor heart draw. Queen 2 suited for what is love with the backdoor heart draw, backdoor straight draw. Probably folds if there's any bets. Queen 9 for high risk. Middle pair, backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Wizzo wizzo. With the gutter to the jack. They open limped. They go for a 1 1/4 blind bet. Rate a lot folds the straight draw. They truly didn't have too much going on, if we're being honest. Just a gutter to the 8. Queen 9 is in a weird spot here. King high board. We probably have to call. Ace on the turn. Brings in a long straight draw for wizzo wizzo. Long straight draws don't count for anything. Do. Wizzo wizzo bets quite large and the 9 hits the muck. Nice little play there. Coming in for a limp and your hand still gets some respect somehow. Wizzo wizzo being a bully with 35 blinds. 10-7 suited. Fimo hasn't folded. Now they do. Ace 10 for Gammy. They open it up and an ace and a 5 for internet in the big blind. Could always 3-bet here. We're covered by Gammy, so probably frickin' not. Unless internet's got 2 fucking grapefruit hanging between his legs. Holy fuck. Dude. That's what's going on between internet's legs there. Oh, why am I talking about that? Holy shit. I'm just saying this is a big ball play. He's got 2 huge nuts. It was like a 12 blind 3-bet. Okay, I'm gonna quit talking about this dude's scrotum. Ace king. He just got ace 10 to fold, man. That's really impressive. Ace 5-0 just comes in for a 3-bet. I don't know what to say. So I just start talking about his dick and balls. Ace king for high risk. 169 blinds. King 6 suited for what is love. Could always be tempted to 4-bet if they face a 3-bet here, which is very likely. Again, this is a different situation than what internet was in earlier. High risk with this big stack. Very inclined to 3-bet. Very heavily influenced to 3-bet in this situation with the ace king. Internet somehow still tanks. What are we doing here, dude? Queen 5-0? Surely we just let this shit go. 10-2 for Wizzo. Wizzo doesn't have the snap fold button on either. What is love with the potential 4-betting hand? Says, I am not going to get into any pickles here, dude. Queen 8 suited. I will come in for another open, though. Another weird thing about the balls comment was I started to choke. What does that mean? Is it some sort of Freudian slip of sorts? Choking on coffee while I'm talking about balls? Feels like there's a sex joke in there. Holy shit, Brendan, mature already. Queen 8 suited. Sees a king, jack 6 flop. Internet with the 2s. Under pair to the board. Backdoor flush draw is the best hand for the time being. 6.5 blinds in the middle. Internet bets quite large. 4.4, and they take it on down. E7 suited for high risk. We'll see if they elect a 3-bet again here. 8-7 suited. What is love? Says, I am getting after it here today. 47 blinds deep. They do face another small 3-bet. Just under 6 blinds this time. If we're being honest, I really like the cute sizings. Some players do lean to more towards bluffing with the cute sizings, where their value bets might, or their value 3 bets just might go 5.5 or 6 blinds even. I'm not just saying that just because high risk did it in this instance. And the other 3 bet was a 6 blind even 3 bet with the old ace king. But anyways, that is a little bit of a tell. But 8-7 calls the 3 bet. High risk has him completely dominated. But what is love? Flops a little straight draw to the 10 here. 8 is still alive in the backdoor spade draw. Gonna have a hard time calling any bets though. I'd imagine high risk puts in a C bet. Gonna be small. No, we get a free turn that to a spades. That was a mistake there by high risk. Queen Jack 9 flop, rainbow board, high risk with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Ace high checks, deuce of spades on the turn. What is love has this flush draw and straight draw. They're thinking about a bet here. They can size up a river jam, bet like 9 blinds. They go 7.5. Did that work too? Looks like they didn't quite size up a river jam there, but the bet gets through. Anywho, what is love takes a little pot off of the old ace-7 suited, coming in for a wide 3 bet there. Nice play by what is love any which way. Jack 9 for internet. Probably going to think about it for a little bit and find the fold. King 7 suited for gunners, and the big waits patiently. They might just get walked here. King 4 for right a lot. Probably not opening the button. Fimo with Jack 5 in the small blind. Internet does tank and folds, of course. 5-2 from the cutoff is no open. Jack 5. Fimo covers gunners. Could always raise it up here. Fimo's shown the proclivity to get after it. Not necessarily on this final table, but I've seen it before. Fimo says not this hand, not this instance. We'll move on along. 4-4 for what is love. Do. Oh, that's good stuff. Don't know if you heard it, but I had a good back crack. Fimo with this Jack 4 on the button, probably going to fold. We got Gammy in the big with this big stack, 74 blinds in total. Gunners with Queen 2. 54.5 blinds for them. They limp it on in. If we face a raise, we have a pretty freaking easy fold, but we get to see the flop, which is good news for gunner fans. Got a Queen 10-9 flop. 3 blinds in the middle. Gammy with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, an overcard. Still has some equity here. They bet 1.5. I wonder if Gammy can get a queen to fold on some nasty turns. Like if there's a jack or what, 8 or king. I don't know if Gammy continues to fire away. You kind of got to hope it's a club. Get a 2 on the turn, so gunners makes 2 pairs actually. Gammy with this ace high doesn't pick up any equity, might just check. Give up the pot if we're being honest. 3 on the river. So there's some Jack X that gunners could bluff with, some missed club draws. Like a big bet here by gunners. We'll just see if the ace high hero calls or not. I'm leaning towards not, but we'll see where Gammy lands. Gunners checks it on over. Sees the bad news is Gammy snap checks. Gammy does just seem like a player to reasonably take their show down there with ace, expecting to lose most of the time. 2-2 for internet. Do. Internet in the tank. This one might actually be an open here. High risk folds. We actually cover Fimo, just Gammy in the small covers us. 2-2 does find the open. We see both deuces actually about to be folded though. Right a lot with ace 8. They'll get out of there with about 13 blinds. 9-2 for Fimo. Somehow hasn't folded yet. I don't quite get it. What's going on here today on the 5K final table? What is love with a 6 and a 10? No action. Deuce deuce for internet. What do you know? We're opening it up and we'll see what... Wait, we got high risk in the big blind. Internet might lean towards a fold. Yeah, but we'll tank for a little while. Fimo with ace-9 suited. Should I bump up the speed because we got a bunch of tankers here? Ace-9 suited, gonna raise it up. 9-7 suited. See what the hell Gunners does. They say I'm out of there. King Queen for Gammy, covering Fimo for a 43, almost $4,400 bounty. I'll think about a play in some which way here. I like a 3-bet though. Gammy says a call looks clean to me. King 8 in the big for high risk. We'll see if they go for a high risk 3-bet. Doesn't quite seem like it's coming in. No. King 8 doesn't seem like the 3-betting hand in this instance. Jack 8-4 flop. No pairs for nobody. Gammy with some backdoor equity. 3 in a row. Fimo does have a backdoor straight draw as well. Get a free 7 of spades on the turn. Completes the flush and 10-9 as well. Five, 6, 2. Few straights get there. Gammy picks up a flush draw. King or queen still work. See if Gammy goes for a bluff ski. They do find the bet here. 4.5 blinds. Ace-9 of diamonds. Not going to have an easy call here. Ace high is best somehow. And we got a straight draw to the 10. We can't know that that's good news for us. Fimo finds the fold. Gammy gets the hell out of there. Or sorry, Gammy takes the pot down. Fimo gets out of there. Holy shit, another rough show here today. Sorry everybody. Sorry. Gunners with the pocket pair of 7s. We'll see what happens. Fimo with King 10. What are we doing, Wizzo? Jack 5-0 under the gun. Somehow hits the tank. Everybody's just playing 12 tables, I guess. This must have been early in WCOOP. Maybe a Sunday or something. Everybody's got 12 to 15 tables going. Fimo finds the open with the king and the 10. Gunners will find the call with the pocket pair of 7s. Queen 10 folds the button for what is love. High risk with ace 5 will fold the small blind. 5-4 suited. Internet comes along to the flop with the call. Might take us a little while, but we'll eventually get there. King Jack 8 flop. Top pair for Fimo. Backdoor straight draws. Internet with that flush draw, dude. Internet with the flush draw. Let me check it on over. Yeah, Internet's not going to lead on a king high board here, I don't believe. Fimo might go for a little bet. They actually give Gunners the chance to go for a bet ski, who probably just checks that pair of 7s here, right? Got the backdoor flush draw. Gunner says, nah, dude, under pair. We're going to bet 5 blinds. It's check to me. I'm going to rep some sets, 2 pairs. Maybe a good top pair, a good old king queen or some shit. Internet with the flush draw finds the call. King 10 is in a weird spot. You didn't really want to see a big bet and a call from the big blind. You probably got to call a king 10 here. Really hope your opponents slow down. Then what? We're going to go to the river for free. King 10 hits the muck. 7s are best for the time being. 7s are best for Gunners. Getting top pair to fold on the freaking flop, dude. I've probably been there. Flush draw sees an ace on the turn. 18 blinds in the middle, just about. If Gunners bets again, they're going to take the pot down, right? Flush draw will just fold, facing anything really of anything substantial. Got a 9 on the river. 5-4 high. Might just bluff here and take the pot down. Interesting little happening here. King 10 hits the muck. 7-7 is best, and it might fold to the missed straight draw or missed flush draw. Holy shit, dude. Misstepping all my bloody words, dude. 5-4 checks was showed. No showdown value. 7-7 might feel like it needs the bluff. Can you imagine if we just show this down? Fimo is going to be like, what, dude? I folded a king on the flop. Everybody's going to see that. Oh, fuck me. I might have to do some editing. I don't get ads or nothing. Discipline, give up. That's very true by internet. Somehow 7-7 did put in a bluff on the river. Hunter says, few. Yeah, they were bluffing with the sevens. Little did they know they got top pair to fold and the flush draw that didn't get there. 5 high. Sevens were best. Dang, are you for real? I'm gonna have to edit the video. I can do that, I guess. Just quickly silence out a few nasty little jokes. That's fine by me. 9-2 for internet. Wizzo with the queen and the 5. 9-2 for internet. Limping it in. Queen and a 5 deep in the tank. Checking it back in a 10-9 for flop. Six on the turn. 6 on the turn. Ah boy, oh boy, oh boy. Pair of 9s checks it over. Well, you have a straight draw here for Wizzo. No siree. Jack on the river. Wizzo does block. Ace straight R2, I suppose. The king queen, the queen 8. Pair of 9s checks once again. Wizzo says, fuck it, I'm not buying it, dude. Not putting in a bluff or nothing. Internet will take it down with a pair of 9s. Queen jack suited under the gun. Fimo will find the open off about 50 blinds and right a lot with queen 10 in the big blind. Might feel like calling here. 3-5 suited might call. 7-5 oh might come along too. A $2,100 bounty on the line. Both the blinds fold. Ace 9 4 flop. Internet sees a very good board here. Flush draw and straight draw to the 2. Fimo with the backdoor royal flush draw bets 1.6. Very small. Like there's a flush draw out there and like obviously straight draws, but the board's actually not that wet. Out of all the boards in the world, Ace 9 4. Like low cards have straight draws. There's no high card straight draws until we see a jack on the turn. Fimo does bang off a pair. They might be inclined to show it down. Internet didn't take the bluffing spot with the 5 high flush draw last time. We'll see if they elect to do so this time. 9 3/4 blinds in the middle. We get a free river if we want it. Feels like internet's gonna take it if we're being honest. See a free card dealer. No, internet goes for the bluff this time. 7 and a little more blinds. Doesn't size up no river jam, but internet does cover them. If we get a call, which I think we will, 24 in the middle. No, Fimo finds the fold with the pair of jacks. Internet gets away with one this time. Fimo makes a couple folds. One time with the top pair. That was wrong. The jack here. That was wrong. Fimo's going to look back and see the bad news. Gammy with an ace and a 9 will open it up. Queen 2 in the big. I don't think we defend here. Fimo still has plenty of chips here, even covering What Is Love. Wizzo rate a lot, of course. Still potentially a chance. Fimo can find a bounty or two. We got an ace queen for What Is Love. Gammy opens up 9-8 suited under the gun. Excuse me. Get a call by ace queen suited. Does high risk come along with 10-9 suited? Weird spot for high risk if we're being honest. It's like a 2-blind investment, but you're very tempted to 3-bet. But then you're like, holy shit, these ranges should actually be pretty strong. High risk says I'm gonna get the heck out of there. Bum bum. Ace 2 in the small, female probably folds. King 3 for gunners. King 3 for gunners in the big blind, also probably gonna fold. Unfortunate to see gunners hasn't had too many playable holdings. They folded eights versus an ace king 3-bet. A chance to potentially go for a bounty there with a 4-bet jam. That was early on. The 7-7 bluff worked. Not too many situations. I got 55 blinds here, just behind internet. Get a king jack 5 flop, 8-9 of hearts, check folds. Got a straight draw and a flush draw for Wizzo Wizzo. That's not Wizzo Wizzo, that's What Is Love. Holy shit, dude. What a horrific show here today. King 3 suited for high risk. We're just going to continue on along and pretend it's not horrific. Ace jack suited for internet is an interesting little situation. 57 blinds. We probably want to call, right? Got a bunch of players behind us that we cover. Give them the opportunity to 3-bet. But like if Femo's not going to 3-bet deuces, right? They might call, of course. And they end up folding anyways. King 3 finds top pair. No spades out there. Ace jack with the backdoor straight draw. 1 overcard. Not a cool situation for ace jack of spades. High risk checks it on over. Like, internet really doesn't want to bloat this pot. We do like a check though. We're like, okay, we're off to the turn, I think. Does internet ever bet to try to get some sort of worse ace x? Put them in a pickle? I don't even know what a worse ace x would do facing a flop bet. Like ace 8 of hearts, does high risk just check fold? Feels like a weak play, but it also might be right here. Anyways, top pair checks the flop. We see the 4 pair the board on the turn. High risk bets real large, 4.3. Ace jack does have showdown value, 8 on the river. 7-5 gets there, but more importantly, clubs miss. Top pair surely goes for a little more value here. 15 blinds in the middle. Let's make it like, well, I was going to say 10.5. High risk says a little bit less than 10. How about ace jack in a weird spot? Let's see. Let's do a quick math. If we call and we're wrong, we have 41. What Is Love would cover us. Femo would cover us. Both of that things suck. Internet with the ace jack finds the fold. Says not the time. The hero call here today. Ace king for high risk opens it up under the gun. 2.5 blinds. What Is Love with ace king suited in the big. Gunners with a pocket pair of 4s might call from the button here. Some players do just fold the small pocket pairs pre-flop on these final tables. Gunner says I cover What Is Love in the big blind. What Is Love probably going to 3-bet, right? I don't think this is a situation where we want to call the ace king. We got an under the gun open, which is a pretty strong range. Gunner's calling range should be a lot of pocket pairs if we're being honest. And then some suited ace x, maybe a king queen suited, some broadways that are suited, you know. A little queen jack suited or something. Ace king will just come in for this big ass 3-bet. It looked to be 14 blinds or so. And What Is Love? We'll take the pot down pre, bringing them up to 52 blinds. Now they cover internet and gunners here. Not too far behind Gammy. King 6 for it a lot. That's nothing. Don't know why I thought that was something. Fimo with ace jack. 7-5 suited for high risk. We see a 2 1/4 blind open by Fimo. That won't deter a defend here in the big blind, I don't think. 7-5 suited with plenty of potential. About 43, 44 blinds deep. Get a 9-6-5 flop. Bottom pair with the straight draw to the 8. That's what I'm talking about, dude. High risk with plenty of potential. Leads out bottom pair 1.5 blinds. Fimo has some potential here too. Backdoor flush draw, 2 overcards. Ace on the turn. Bingo, dude. We bang off the overcard. Top pair now. Would be kind of interesting to see high risk pull off a big old bluffski. 5-7 blocks some 2 pairs, some sets. Obviously the straight. In the end, with 2 flush draws out there, an ace on the turn, high risk says, dude, I don't know if this is the best spot to go for a big bluff. Fimo, however, says, I'm actually a little worried about this situation. I don't want to get check raised. That would suck. They say there's 2 flush draws out there, so I do have to find a bet. 6 3/4 blinds. Fimo could get put in a fucking pickle if we see a check raise. We got a call 3 on the river. High risk does not take the high risk play. 22.5 blinds in the middle. High risk probably check folds. We got 33 behind for Fimo. Do they even bet when the front door flush gets there? A few straights get there as well. 4-7, 4-2. Ace jack just checks. Makes sense. 22 blinds for Fimo after losing a few pots. It's kind of nice to take one off the big stack there. Fair pot for Fimo puts him in 3rd place now. Gammy with 5-4 suited will open from the cutoff. King jack in the smalls, almost a 3-betting hand. $6,200 bounty on Gammy's head. We do see the 3-bet to 7.5 blinds. Internet with ace 8-0 could almost 4-bet, but I don't know if I like the spot. We got 50 blinds. Like, what size would we make it? Like 16.5? Internet says, yeah, dude, I'm just tanking and folding. Ain't no which way I'm playing this one here. Like, the ace 8's a big old bluffski. It's not a value bet just because I can see high risk as king jack. Internet says I'll probably just wait for a better hand. Maybe a little ace king. And if I'm gonna bluff, maybe I'll go for something a little bit more reasonably, like ace 5 suited, maybe even ace jack or something like this. Maybe ace queen wants the 4-bet. Not quite too sure there. We get a jack-jack open by Fimo. What is love calls with the suited ace from the cutoff. 7-6 suited comes along. Internet with queen 8 is thinking about it from the small blind. They probably fold, right? They do let that go. Wizzo with king 10 in the big. Are we going 4 ways to a flop? That we are. 7-6-2. Fimo with the over pair. Top 2 pairs for high risk. What is love with ace deuce bottom pair? They do block. Well, this is a weird situation, right? Because what is love facing a bet on the flop? Probably just folds. So if a deuce comes on the turn, the 3 of a kind won't matter. But when what is love folds a deuce, they're also going to fold some of Fimo's outs. Fimo checks the overpair. Got plenty of straight draws and flush draws out there. Obviously not in this instance. There's not a single flush draw. Ace 2, the bottom pair, will bet 2.6 blinds. Weird spot, 7-6. It's not necessarily vulnerable. Not yet. There's a lot of turns that make it pretty vulnerable, though. High risk says we'll just bump it up right here and now. 7.5 blinds to go, just under 3x the raise. Wizzo surely folds. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Sorry, I didn't realize they had a club. Fimo with the jacks. Didn't necessarily want to see this action. No siree. Jack of clubs on the turn would be kind of... you'd be guessing, right? You'd be like, well, I hope you don't have a flush. I hope you got 7s or 6s or something. Nice, just fold by Fimo, I do suppose. I do suppose we can see that high risk had the 2 pairs. Like, personally, I would have hung in there, but how? You know, you just go in the tank and you're like, well, I'm not going to 3-bet the flop here. You're like, am I really just going to call? Fimo says, how about just throw away the jacks, dude? Somebody's got 2 pairs. Somebody could have a set. What a play by Fimo. E7 for high risk will open into Rate-A-Lot's big blind, and they have not had too much to play. They had a suited queen with about 8 blinds. They could have called and saw flop. They would have been far behind. They would have needed to get there. Rate-A-Lot moves along. We'll see if they can pick up some cards here. Maybe they'll get another ladder or 2. Ace King for Gammy opens it up under the gun. Wizzo. Sorry, under the gun +1. Wizzo from the button will fold Ace 5. 7-10 for Fimo. Don't know if Fimo plays here. They say no siree. So we're going to do some quick maths. Looks like we get a break, and I think I'm going to go get some more coffee. It's getting a little cold, so we'll be back. Coming back from break, Gammy starts things off with Ace-Jack suited. Under the gun, open Wizzo with the pocket pair 7s. See, this is one of those spots with the pocket pair. We might let it go. Of course, we could rip it in too. Don't think a call comes in off the 21 blind stack, but we will see what the heck happens here. King, queen suited for gunners in the big blind. So it was one of those spots where the pocket pair just folds pre. 7-7 can't go set mining here. Be way too difficult to play post flop if you don't hit a 7. Wizzo doesn't want to put their life on the line in this instance. King queen will call and see the king 10 flop. Gammy with a straight shot to the queen, but that's no good. They need backdoor. Ace for the boat. Gammy bets real small, 1.6. We get a call, 7 on the turn. Wizzo would have made the full house. We'll just pretend that never happened, eh, Wizzo? It's a damn shame. They're actually really fun to see when they pick up chips. Absolute monster. They got 20 blinds here. Quite a ways away from seeing that wizardry. Ace-Jack will check back the turn. 8 on the river. No real danger for Ace-Jack. We might think about a hero call depending on the size. It was like Queen-Jack, maybe Jack-9. It's about a 3 blind bet, even less than that. Got no idea what to do here with Ace-Jack. You'd expect bluffs to go bigger. This kind of feels like a 10. Jack-9 made a straight. I don't know why I said that would be a bluff. There's a Queen-Jack bluff. Ace-Jack for a chop. Yeah, it's like there's like nothing there. Gammy finds the right fold. Gunners with three of a kind didn't get too much value there. What is love? We'll open up Ace-7 suited under the gun. Ace-Jack for Rate-A-Lot with 6 blinds. They'll put their life on the line surely. Internet with Ace-7 suited. To be fair though, Rate-A-Lot doesn't necessarily want to go 4 or 5 ways here. Internet folds. Queen-Jack, I think it was, for Wizzo gets out of there. Got a couple 7s being folded there. Fimo looking for some clubs or the one remaining 7. A club on the turn is nasty. King on the river. Ace-Jack holds up. Man, I got a fly back. Apparently, I heard at work today. This isn't just some coping story. Apparently, there's something going on with flies. I don't know if it's my city, my province, or what. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of flies going on right now. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, is it my cat litter? Like, I just keep cleaning it. Then I was like, is there so much garbage around? And I was like, I keep cleaning stuff. Like, I don't know why there's so many fucking flies. And I had like 3 or 4 in the car today. It's like, how'd you get in here? And then how are you still alive just hanging out in the car for a couple days? I don't know, but there's flies everywhere and they are pissing me off. But apparently it's not me. It is a problem that's going on for human beings other than myself. Got a fly epidemic. Is that the right word? I don't know. Surely not. Surely it was the wrong word. Anyways, I'll move along from my fly story. Just know if you see me swatting flies, I might stink, but it's not that bad. Not reasonable for just constantly have flies all around you. Gunners with the Jack and the Jackal coming for a 3-bet here. King 7 suited for Fimo. Almost looks like a 4-betting hand. Do we cover him? Let's do some math. Gunners has about 41 blinds. We have about 41 blinds. Shit. I can't quite do the math quick enough to see who covered who there. Fimo in the end finds the fold. Says, I'm not going to bluff in this instance. Gunner doesn't get any value with the Jack and the Jack. An Ace Jack for Fimo. I'll get right back after it. Internet in the big blind. E7-0. Other than that, not much doing behind. We'll see if Internet even decides to defend here. It's not super appealing, but we do have an ace. Internet goes in the tank, of course. My lord. It's a slow day in the office. Internet tanks, finds the call. 10, E2 flop. And my computer's going mad right now. E7 checks it over, of course. We do got the backdoor straight draws going on for both players. Ace high. We do got a few backdoor chop outs. If the board goes double paired. Ace Jack bets real small, 1.4, and I don't know, does Internet even hang in there? Personally, I'm tempted to fold on the flop here. Internet says, yeah, just get out of there. Ace 10 for Fimo, looks like another open. We are under the gun +1. Ace 10-0, not as appealing. Looks like it would be the 3rd hand in a row, right? It's like King something suited. Ace Jack, Ace 10. Fimo comes in for another open. 7-3 suited for Wizzo in the big blind. Internet will tank for a little bit. Find the fold. 7-3 suited Wizzo. They're out of there too. What's going on here? Not too much. Internet with a pocket pair of 5s. What is love with an ace? Might just fold this one. We got the 2 short stacks in the blinds. It's very tempting, but no. 5-5 from the button. Could just rip it in here for 15 blinds effective. That they do. E3 suited. Gets on out of there. King 7 suited. Gunners opens it on up. Nice wide open under the gun. Not afraid of nobody. Queen 6 suited. Internet tanks. Probably folds. Close to a 3-betting hand. Would be very cool to see, but no. 9-8 suited in the small. Rate a lot probably gets out of there. They do have a chance to get a ladder here. Wizzo has about 1 more blind than him. 2-2 for Fimo. I didn't even see that, if we're being honest. 40 some blinds. We're going to find the call pre-flop here. C3 card stealer. Ace E7. Gunners pretty well has the board locked up, and they might be able to get a blind or 2 out of Fimo. Maybe not. They bet 1.4. We're going to find out real swiftly. Fimo's going to be curious. A check raise is kind of interesting. Not on the Ace 7 flop, right? No, Fimo just calls king on the turn. So Gunners makes it an even better pair. Fimo still has 2 outs to the 2s. Unless they were folded, of course. Do, 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 do. What do we do, Gunners? Holy shit, the fly's back. Gunners bets 2 blinds. Got 2 flush draws out there. Still 7x second call. This pocket pair 2s probably hits the muck, and it does. Ace 10 for high risk. This big ass stack, 111 blinds, comes in for the open. 6-6 for internet. We'll see if it's... We got a few more chips. We could almost set mine, right? Not quite like how Wizzo folded the 7s. Internet goes in the tank. We only got 40 some seconds left of internet tanking, so that's good to note. They're just gonna let go of the pocket pair. King Jack for Wizzo. I don't think we 3-bet jam, but we're gonna find out. No. They fold. Preserve the 14 blinds. 2-3 suited for Gunners in the big blind. I think we might defend here. This will be fun. Let's see 3 cards dealer. Gunners is in second place. They do want to preserve that position. They're just going to go ahead and flop 2 pairs. So 10-9-3 is the board. Ace 10-2 over cards. The betting lead goes for a C bet 1.4. Man, bottom 2 pairs is super vulnerable here. Gunners is going to think about a check raise, probably find it, make it like 6 blinds, 5.9 or something. How big do we go? Do we go bigger? No, we go smaller, dude. We go smaller, 4.7. Ace 10. Not an easy float here with no heart in your hand. In high risk, we'll just let that Ace 10 go. Not too much action for the 2 pairs. But taking it down with 3-2 suited is kind of cool. What do we do here? This is internet, sorry. Internet with the 6 and the 6. I don't know why I'm slipping up so much, man. Something's going on here. What is love? Comes in for the open and my brain is not working. King 10 for Fimo. King and a 10. They find the fold. This gets through pre, most likely. 4-3 suited. Not likely to call. Gunner says, fuck it, dude. You know, see how the last one went? 10-5-2 flop. That's an open ender versus top pair, top kicker. 6 blinds in the middle. Get a small bet, and I hear the fly is coming back, but I'm trying to ignore it. He's on my lap. The fly is back. Yeah, go sit on the 3rd monitor over there. Gunners calls, bangs off a 3. That's no good, of course. Flush completes. Gunners leads. Whoa, leads small. Leads real small. Says, I still want to see a river card, but I don't want to see it for whatever price you're going to choose. Oh, we go for my small little price here, 8 on the river. We'll just love, still with the best of it, Ace 10. 8 on the river, doesn't mean much. Little pair of 3s, checks it on over. Ace 10 says this is kind of scary. The flush completes. There's Ace 4, potentially 6-4. Right? Was those the straights that we got there? I sure hope so. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, so a couple straights got there. Some flushes get there. Gunners checks. Little pair of 3s. Probably not calling a bet on the river anywho. Kind of a nice read by the Ace 10. Could always get blown off the pot with a check raise. Interesting little spot here. Ace 8 for rate a lot, 12 blinds. We'll see if they rip it in or look for something a little bit better. They're playing from the hijack here. They say, yeah, I'm going to look for something a little bit better. Something a little more appealing. Queen 10 suited for Fimo. Do-ba-dee-do-do-do. Fimo. Queen 10 suited. Open. King Jack for Gunners. Got 50 blinds. We'll see if they come along with the call. A 3-bet is also possible. Gunner says, let's just click the call button. Keep in the other 2 shorties. Gunners covers them all. What is love with an ace-5 in the big blind? Kind of a tempting 3-bet if we're being honest. What is love says, we'll just see a flop. It's pretty damn good for Fimo. Queen 4-2 with 2 diamonds. Top pair flush draw. Fimo with the pre-flop aggressive lead. Go for a small c-bet here for 3rd pot. No, they check, dude. King Jack with 3 in a row. Gunners just like to bluff. Ace 5 with the straight draw to the 3. We're going to get a free 7 on the turn. No more outs for what is love. They're looking for a 3 or an ace that's a non-diamond. Gunners has 2 outs. Queen 10 looks pretty, and what is love leads out. Good news for Fimo. What is love gets after it here with a little straight draw, wheel draw. Could always rep 5-6 if an 8 comes on the river. Can rep diamonds if a diamond comes. We get the 5 of hearts. So we make a pair. We could rep 2 pair. Would 7-5 lead the turn? Interesting spot here for what is love. Obviously some straights get there. Ace 3, 6-3, 6-8. We're in the big blind. We don't block that, but our opponent isn't going to have a straight. What are they going to have? Potentially, would the set call the turn? Like 7-7? Like a set, 4s and 2s would bet the flop. Queens would check it back, maybe. So there'll be sets of queens and 7s. So what is love says maybe I'll just give up the bluff, even though I could try to rep the straight here. Queen 10 for Fimo, checks back the river and takes down the pot. Sees the good news. E7 suited for internet. We'll open it up under the gun. They come in for a big sizing here, 2.4 blinds. Always fun to see the interesting sizings pre-flop. Internet says I got high risk in the big blind. I gotta deter him from calling. Put a little extra juice on top of it. High risk didn't have anything to play with anyways, but like I said, fun to see. Not much going on here. Gunners with 10-9. Probably doesn't open it, right? No, Jack 6 for high risk. About 40 blinds effective with internet here. Queen 9 sees a limp pot. Or sees a limp, sorry. Internet will tank. I should have known. Hey, check it on back. 9, 8, 3 flop. Do buddy do 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 buddy do. High risk with some backdoor straight draws. Jack and a 6 are both kind of interesting on this board. There's a couple of spades out there. High risk says I don't have a spade. I'll just go to the turn for free where we see a little deuce of diamonds. Internet with top pair checks it on back. Very interesting. It's pretty vulnerable, eh? A 9, 8, 3 flop. We got top pair. There's a flush draw. Plenty of straight draws. Plenty of potential overcards. And even the low cards could have potential straight draws, you know? Some sort of 6-7, 6-5 had a straight draw on the flop. 2 on the turn. 4-5 is open-ended. It's like every river card is bad there for a 9. Very interesting spot for internet. Obviously a 9's clean, you know? A queen's probably clean. Uh-oh, right a lot with ace-5 suited. 12 blinds, rips it in under the gun. Wizzo with ace-10 in the big blind. 3-3 for high risk. Michael bounty hunting. They say no siree. Queen 6 suited. Do we go bounty hunting? I don't know. We'll find out real quick, dude. See what Queen 6 would actually get it in with fair equity 3 ways. Wizzo gets the chance to bounty hunt. $2,100 on the line. Ace 10 suited. Probably going to flick it in here. Rate-A-Lot's been real quiet, but they take the spot here. They flop a freaking 5. We're looking for a 3 or 10. Wizzo finds the 10. No chop pot here today. Rate-A-Lot don't get no double. No suck out. There, Gonzo Alonzo. We got just under $11,000 locked up. And I just guess a jack and a 7. They'll let that go from the cutoff. Internet with ace 10 will think and open it up. But again, it'll be interesting to see what size they go. 2.2. Oh, they go even bigger. 2.5 almost. 2.48. What an interesting little opening size. King 9 for Fimo in the big blind is a little bit skeptical of this. Go in the tank. They're thinking 3-bet, and they land on the call option. They're like, shit, dude. We'll just see a flop 8-6-4. Not too much for King 9. 2 overcards. Backdoor straight draw. No club in your holding. It's going to be hard to check raise. Internet with the backdoor nut flush draw. 2 overs. Backdoor straight draw. 6.4 in the middle. We'll see what size internet goes. I might just check. Excuse me. King 9 does pick up a straight draw to the 7. 10 of clubs. Internet with top pair. Top kicker. Nut flush draw. 1.6 blinds is the bet, sorry. 6.4 in the middle. 8 on the river pairs the board. Got a small little bluff here by Fimo. Not going to work out here. 2.4 blinds they won't get back. I don't know if ace 10 raises it up though. Might just find the call here. There's some worse 10x that might call a raise. But they might even be afraid. Flush completes on the turn. You just call in position. You could still have some nuts. Nut flush draw, or nut flushes, sorry. 8 on the river pairs the board. Sorry, Fimo's got king high. He's not doing nothing here, right? Blocks 9-7. Surely you don't 3-bet bluff, right? No. I'm just trying to think about internet's situation. So they're still going to have some ace high flushes. Just thinking ace 10 still comes in for a raise on the river. I don't think they're going to get 3-bet off the pot too often, so I guess it still makes some sense. Try to just get called by some sort of worse 10x. Always interesting plays here on these high stakes final tables. Ace jack. Is it a raise and take it down pre? Sure looks like it. Ace 5 for internet. Looks like they'll get the chance to open it up. Ace 9 for gunners in the small blind is a weird hand here. Playing about 46 blinds deep. Internet obviously opens. I don't know what we want to do here. Gammy's in the big blind. We cover them. Don't we want to keep them in the pot? Do we just call ace 9? We don't really want to bluff it here against somebody who does cover us. Do we just fold ace 9? It's not ace 10, that's for sure. No, Gunner says we'll take the aggressive line. Come in for a 3-bet that could get punished. Internet could come in for a 4-bet. Is there a size other than all in? Uh-oh, my computer's glitching. Okay, is it okay? Is it okay, computer? I think so. Ace 5 suited. Oh, we call king 6 flop. We're gonna make ace 9 play post. What do you do here, Gunners? Bet small, dude. Personally, I like some 10% bets. Gunner says we'll actually just go 1/3. How about that? Pretty big sizing here, if we're being honest. Internet with the backdoor flush draw. Just has to fold. Gunners does take down a nice pot there with the ace-9. Nice 3-bet pre-flop. Would have been difficult to continue post-flop if they did go for some sort of small quarter pot bet or something like this. Gunner says we'll just go bigger, 6 blinds, take the pot, or yeah, I think it was 6 blinds, right? 6 into 18, take it down. Gunner's in second place, 56 blinds. Oh, the fly's back in my ear. Boy. Jack 8 for Gunners. We'll see if they open the button here. King 3 in the big. We do get the open and a call. 9-5-2 flop. Little something going on for both players. Backdoor straight draws. King high is best. Face a big bet. Dude is 3.6 into 5.4, and Gunners will take that one down. Blinds go up, and we got an ace king. Waits in the big blind for the big stack. King 10 for internet under the gun. Probably gonna fold here, dude. Probably just gonna let this go off 34 blinds. In the tank. 15 more seconds of internet tanking. Ace 2 for Fimo. One of the most unappealing hands in poker. You're like, yes, I got an ace. Then you see the 2. Ace king for high risk. We'll just get a walk. King queen for internet. Oh boy, fly. 7-3 for high risk in the small blind, raising to 4 blinds. That's a big raise. You love to see it here. King queen. Very playable holding. We could take this post flop. Ace jack jack. Oof. Ace high board. We got king high and a straight draw to the 10. We want to see a small bet. That we do. 8.88 in the middle. Oh, we get a free turn if we want it. Free turns, dude. They're awesome. High risk with 7 high. Looking for 7s and 3s. No diamond out there for him. No backdoor wheel draw. And a 4 on the turn. Brings in a spade draw. Nobody has a spade. High risk checks once again. Internet checks and an 8 on the river. How about it? 8 blinds in the middle. Feels like high risk has to bluff here. We'll see what size they go. 6.6. I thought we might go closer to full pot. This does look like a value bet if we're being honest. But what goes check, check? Check, check. Queen 9-0. Internet says. Donation. Finds the call with the king high. Sees the good news. Nice play by internet. Says donation. And giggles to himself. Says okay. High risk. Was getting after it. I don't know why internet said queen 9. Queen 9. We didn't have to get that specific. Internet says okay, dude. King 8 for what is love. Jack 9 for Wizzo in the big blind. What is love? Opens it up. Covers Wizzo. $4,200 bounty on Wizzo's head. We get a 7-7-5 flop. This ain't too exciting. Jack 9 with a backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. What is love? Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, king high. I think we just bet and take the pot down most of the time. Oh, do we check? Paired board, low, low, low. Good for the big blind. King 8 does check. We get a free 6 on the turn, so we both got straight draws now. Everybody's got a straight draw block in the nut, or the best straight, 8-9. It's a paired board. Wizzo leads out 4.5, and this does look scary. King 8 calls, 4 on the river. What is love? Makes the straight. Paired board, like I said. Flush draw misses. Jack 9 misses. Stack to pot ratio about 1-to-1. Wizzo. Don't do it. Don't do it. They do it, dude. They stick in the 14 blinds. Yeah, 0.6 behind. Surely they don't call if they face the jam, but then what an interesting little situation we're gonna have the next hand. King 8 don't fold here. We just made a straight, dude. We're gonna rip it in. Jack 9 snap folds, preserving the 0.6 blinds. Well, good luck to everybody here. Ace Queen for high risk. 10-9 suited for a short stack. Gunners limps it in with Jack 8. 6-4 suited comes along with the call. High risk might just rip it in here for like 50 blinds. Isolate the pot. Is there any 10s, 9s being folded? Not that we see. Gunners has a few potential straight outs for Wizzo. Fimo has a pocket pair of 4s. This is interesting. 7 blind raised by high risk. Does internet ever call in position with Jack 5 suited, the best suited Jack X, or the best suited spades? Sorry, not. I'll just continue to fumble over my words, I guess. 4-4 for Fimo. Weird ass spot. We might rip it in here. No, right? We only cover Gammy. That's a bigger bounty, dude. $6,200. In the end, the 4s hit the muck. 6 more blinds to call for Jack 8. Very difficult play for Gunners. 6-4 suited for what is love. It's tempting. Very tempting here. It is 6 more blinds though. $4,200. Tempting, dude. 6-4 will hit the muck. Ace Queen. Sees a 10 on the turn, which is bad news, and 2 pairs for Wizzo. So short stack survives. We'll have another fun hand here. Queen Jack suited. We'll get it all in. Ace 8 for Gammy. Gonna fold under the gun. 6-2 for high risk. We'll see if they come in for an open. With that short stack there, it's always tempting. They say nope. 10-8 for internet. They will limp it in. Ace 7 for Gunners in the big blind. It will be freaking weird for him here. You cover internet. Fimo is 6-3 suited in the small. Can we ever call? Hope that it goes call. Fimo says hopefully it goes call, dude. They stick in 3 blinds. Gunners can still 3-bet here. Look to isolate the pot, covering everybody. Big pot here brewing. Gunners does find the 3-bet. It's about 10 blinds. 10-8 has to hit the muck, right? Internet calls are in position, but this just seems like a little bit too big of a bet here. We only put in 1 blind. Internet will find a fold. Fimo folds as well. We got a diamond draw versus a boat. Diamond draw versus a boat, and Wizzo. Somehow almost back in the game with 11 blinds. You know, if there's a cooler or 2, they can get a ladder, that's for sure. And they got a double up, 22 blinds. They'll be just behind Fimo and Gammy. So Wizzo not out of the game here. They had 0.6 blinds. Good thing they preserved it, I guess. Find a couple double ups. Here we are. I guess there's more than a double up, right? You know what I mean, though. You win a couple pots. You win a couple pots, you're back in the game. Oh, that was a stupid sentence too. That makes sense, but whatever. 3 of a kind for Gammy. 3 of a kind for Gammy. Bets the turn here, 1.5. We got a straight draw and ace high for internet. Less than a half pot size bet. Internet finds the call, 10 on the river. There's a few missed straight draws, like 6, 7. Gammy could have that bullshit. But again, if we're being honest, Gammy isn't, or it hasn't shown me at least, the big bluffing profile, you know? Ace 3. Internet is curious enough to find the call. Gammy, it's paid off with the 3 of a kind. It wasn't a huge bet, but still taking down a pot off internet. Pretty damn important right now, as Gammy's in 4th place, just above internet now. Ace Queen for high risk. We'll open it up under the gun. Duck, duck. Probably folds for 11 blinds, right? That it does. Ace 4 in the big. We'll see if Gammy calls the small with 8-7 suited. It's not super likely, but they might. No. Ace 4 does click the call button, and we get an ace 5-3 flop. Top pair for both players. Straight draw for what is love. We get a small bet, 1.3. Pick up some more outs with the 7 on the turn. Looks like the straight draw turns into a double gutter. A duck or a 6 here. A 4 works. High risk with a very strong hand. Bets 5.3 into 8. Really doesn't want to get check raised though. No, we don't want to see that. Another ace on the river. That's really good news for high risk, obviously. Obviously, both players make 3 of a kind. Queen still plays. Got 19 in the middle, 39 behind. I don't know what we do. How many pennies do we bet? In my low stakes tournaments, I just rip it in and you get called every time. Oh, look at this. High risk is just rip it in, dude. Doesn't matter what stakes you're playing, just rip in the 3 of a kind. Like there's missed flush draws and not too many missed straight draws. Would high risk have that shit? So would high risk have like 6-8 suited? Very interesting spot. What is love is going to think about this one for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting here for another 30 seconds, so I should try to think about some words to say. Got like a $3,500 bounty on the line. We could just move along with 40 blinds. What is love does find the fold. 40 blinds. We're still in 3rd place. Huge jam by high risk. Doesn't get rewarded in this instance. But still, I kind of, well, like I said just before he jammed, that's what I would do. Not saying I'm the dictator of what's a good play, but what I'm saying is high risk very reasonably took the spot, rip it in, go for the bounty, hope your opponent calls with the worst 3 of a kind. What is love? Just had a nice fold there. Says I gotta preserve my situation and I'm probably no good here anyways. High risk with ace 3 suited, finds a call from the big blind. Gunners flops 2 pairs, bottom 2 pairs. High risk thinks lead here with the backdoor nut flush draw and a good board for the big blind. Got a small lead here, 1.65. 2 pairs, bottom 2 pairs, vulnerable. We just call 7 on the turn. A boat feels pretty fucking clean. We just don't want to see an 8. Ace 3. What do? We bet real small. High risk says you should be opening a lot of Broadway cards. Surely they find the fold here facing a small bet on the turn. Your ace highs probably have a hard time calling. Gunners says I've got other things in mind. I'm going to call once more with the bottom boat. Or I guess 6-6 is bottom boat, right? Anyways, you know what I mean. Gunners slow playing the boat here. Beautiful play. 13 blinds in the middle. We'll see if high risk elects to bluff. Don't jam it in, dude. No, they go smaller. 8.6 blinds. They're not going to get back. I think Gunner still rips it in for value here, right? Any 9 makes a straight. Still probably 7x. Jack 9 makes a real good straight. 5-4 makes a straight. 6-7 suited. Boat. We gotta rip this in, dude. Gunners is a very aggressive player. You know they'll find the bluffs here. They go non-all in even. 27 blinds. Very interesting. In the end, ace high is going to fold no matter what your size is. But as always, it's cool to see what the players elect to do here. Like when Wizzo preserved 0.6 blinds, that obviously saved their life, and here they are with 10.5 now. Gunner says in this instance, maybe we save 10 blinds behind just in case our opponent has 8-8 or something. Do we fold to a 3-bet jam on the river with a boat? I don't know, man. What if our opponent has 8-7? Very difficult situation. Gunner says, I'll fucking take it on though, dude. Bets 27 blinds on the river. It says if you want a 3-bet for like 11 more, do it, dude. Anyways, we'll move on along. Jack 3 for high risk. Sees an ace queen 8 flop internet with middle pair and a fair kicker. Sees a full pot size bet, which is spicy. King queen did not really want to see this, but with that being said, there's still going to be a lot of bluffs in high risk shoes. Available bluffs, that is. 7 on the turn, so no equity picked up for Jack 3. King queen, king queen. King queen goes to the river. 5 of hearts. We got Jack 3. High risk does not have a great reason to bluff with their cards anyways. There's 8 blinds in the middle that they might want. What size do we go? High risk says, you know what, dude, I'm done putting more chips in the middle. I got 70 blinds. I'm going to move along. 8 are going to slide over to internet. They bet 3.5 blinds. High risk quickly folds. King 4 suited for the big stack on the button. Looks like an open. 3-2 suited, gonna fold. Jack 6 suited, probably folds. Oh, we limp in. Sorry, I didn't realize Wizzo. Somehow I forgot they got that short stack in the big blind. Ace 10, everybody's gonna limp it in. Internet with 9-2 probably comes along. Ace 10 will rip it in. Oh, internet says, fuck this, dude, I'm out of there. I got 9-2 offsuit. Surely Wizzo takes the spot. 10 blinds, rips it in. Offers up the $4,200 bounty. What is love is in a real stupid spot, and they find the fold. King 4 will come along for the bounty. 2 pairs. Heart draw, and the 2 pair gets there for Wizzo. Heart draw and straight draw on the turn. Wizzo says, no problem, I'll just make 2 pairs. King 4, no good. Thanks for the double up. Wizzo back in the game with about 23 blinds. And again, they're just behind Fimo now with 28. And they're in the big blind. Gammy opens up off 37. Folds to Fimo. Interesting little situation, man. It did not take long for Wizzo to pick up the 20-some blinds here. 22 blinds. Took him like 3 hands. Obviously, there was a few folds in between there, but you know what I'm saying, dude. It's very quick. You go from 0.6 blinds to about 23. Fimo with a pair of 6s. Gammy checks back the two overs. And straight draw to the 7 here. No diamond in their hand, no clubs. Let's see, maybe I'll just look to realize some equity. We get an 8 on the turn, pairing top pair. But nobody had top pair. 8 on the turn, pairing the top card. Maybe that's a better way to phrase that. Gammy goes for the delayed c-bet. That's kind of cool. Pair of 6s feels a little comfy, right? All the over pairs would have bet the flop. You would expect 8x to check or to bet the flop. And we're gonna find a boat on the river. That's pleasant. Fimo obviously loses to any 8. I think the only reasonable check back on the flop that's an 8 is 8-8 specifically for 4 of a kind. And that's a pretty wet board, so that's kind of an ambitious check back, isn't it? I don't know, man. Anyways, guess I'll skip through the break here. Oh, there's some cards. What's going on here? Coming back from break. Ace and a 2 for internet from the cutoff. No. Gunners in the big blind with a king and a 2. That is Jack 10, limp it in. What's going on here? Flies on the microphone. Queen 6. High risk is running out of time bank. That's a damn shame. He just took an extra long break. And now they're sitting out. That flies right on the mic. Anyways, Jack 10. Sorry, I hate flies right now. Jack 10, 35 blinds deep. Gunners with King 2 in the big. Waits patiently. Finally gets to see a limp here. Pre-flop goes limp check. Queen 6-2. Bottom pair versus 3 in a row. 3 blinds in the middle. Fimo checks it on over. They got two live cards, eh? A jack or 10 will give them the best card or the best hand. Man, I just keep fumbling my words. It's not even that late at night. I have no idea what's going on with my brain. But anyways, Fimo's got a pair of jacks. They check it on over. Pair of 2s, no good. We're gonna need a king or another 2 dealer. Oh, bingo. There's a 2 for Gunners. See if Fimo goes for a little bet here. What are we trying to get called by? 6? Yeah, no, it's kind of tough to get called by worse. Like ace high, we have to bet really small. Do we even bet 1 blind? Try to I don't know, man. Yikes. Anyways, Fimo checks it over. We got like 3 blinds in the middle. Gunners bets about 2, and surely they get paid off here. Nice river for a very small pot. Less than 7 blinds slide over to Gunners. But I suppose it does put them in first place, so that's pretty important. You know, a little 10-9 suited action. What is love? Will come in for the under the gun open. Whistle with a king and a jack. What do we do? 3 bets are cool. I just don't think it's gonna come. Oh, it does come in. I did not think it was coming in here. What is love with 10-9 suited? Sees 3 more blinds to call into a pot of 12. They click the call button, find the flush draw, ace high board. Wizzo inclined to 3-bet or to c-bet. My lord, do I stumble over my words. Should I just go to bed again? I don't know, man. I'm just trying to do a little video here. Anyways, 10-9 suited will check raise super tiny ace high board. Wizzo gets punished. Gotta say, I love the 3-bet pre-flop. Did not work out. 10-9 suited flops pretty fucking well. Surprised the check raise was so small. What do we think about that? Like, don't we just get it in if our opponent rips? Trying to induce a bluff. Very interesting spot there by What Is Love. Like, he bet like 2 blinds. 2 and a bit, eh? And What Is Love pretty well min raises. Like 5.1. Super interesting. Wizzo with 8-7 suited. Just has to fold off 15 blinds now. I'll look for another spot to double up. But it is, again, just like Wizzo's 1 double up away from being tied up with Gammy. 2 blinds behind Fimo. Not too far behind Internet. Jack 3 suited. What Is Love? We'll limp it on in, and a king and a 9 will check it on back. We get a queen 8-4 flop and a flush draw for What Is Love. High risk. Not much going on here. Backdoor straight, backdoor flush draw. King high is best though. What Is Love? We'll check it on over. Da-doop doop doop. Da-doop doop doop. Got a free 10 on the turn, so we both got straight draws. What Is Love? Looking for a spade. A 3 works, and a 9. High risk here. Just hopes that king high holds up, but no it don't. 5 of spades on the river. I got that 9 of spades. I don't know if we're gonna bluff here. What Is Love? Probably leads out something. Like 5 blinds or something. Do we ever go bigger? No, it is 5 blinds. Does still give high risk the chance to turn their hand into a big old bluff if they want to. They don't have to go too big. High risk says, nah dude. Nah, we're just gonna go look for a better spot. High risk has lost a few pennies here. Their stack is starting to dwindle, but they're still in second. So I guess in all actuality, they are sitting just fine. They just gotta play a good game, and that king 9 fold instead of going for a bluff was a good idea. Step in the right direction. King 10 for gunners opens it up, and What Is Love? Finds a call with ducks. King queen 4 flop. Quack and a quack. Gunners bets 1.6 real small with the top pair. Remember when 7s got top pair to fold earlier? I don't think it's going to happen here. But deuces do come along to the ace on the turn. Maybe it happens. The deuces go for a big old bluff. Jack 10 gets there. There's 2 flush draws. Gunners checks over. Second pair. At 10 of spades is an interesting card. We block the Jack 10. Deuces go for a big bluff. Here's 6.5 blinds. What Is Love? Says I'm turning my little pocket pair into a bluff. King 10. Do we call on the turn? I really don't know. Gunners finds it. 8 on the river. Good shit for Gunners to hang in there. We'll see if, like, What Is Love? Sees 23 in the middle. 35 behind. Both flush draws miss. King 10 just gets showdown. Good pot for Gunners, obviously. Gives them a healthy first place position. 65 blinds. They open up the deuces. Nice showing from Gunners once again. Queen 10 for Internet. Gonna fold the small. Wizzo with a bullshit holding in the big. Has to let that go. Doopity-doo. 7 and a 7 and an 8 and 2 pocket pairs. There we go. 2 pocket pairs. Getting open under the gun +1 by Gammy. What Is Love? Finds the call. Being pipped here. Ace 5 for Fimo in the big blind. 26 behind. They just find the fold, and we get a queen 6-4 flop. 7 say that's not too bad of a board. I don't want to pay off a huge bet. Gammy says, well, you can have a free turn if you want it. What Is Love? Says, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take that. 10 of clubs. Both players are like, well, hey, I don't necessarily love the 10. No, I don't. Gammy might say I want to put in a small bet to protect my hand. They go 1.8. What does Love says? Well, hey, dude, that's a small bet. They called quicker than I could vocalize their thoughts. That's a damn shame. I was having a good time there. 5 on the river goes check, check, and we're moving on along as Gammy takes down about a 10 blind pot. The fly is back on the mic, crawling around. You know, I used to like flies. People would always say, you know, they carry diseases and stuff. And I would say, like, look, man, they don't bite you. Horse flies do. But the little house flies, you know, this guy won't bite you. They're kind of cute. The other day I saw one shaking its wings back and forth like this. It was really cool. We got an all in here with ace 3. Why am I talking about flies? Internet with queen 8 suited, limps it on in. Ace 2 for gunners, gets out of the way. Wizzo offers up the bounty. The fly's on my forehead. He's coming at me. I was just talking nice about you and now you're being a bitch. Queen 8 suited finds the call. $4,200 on the line. Queen 8 7er heart. 6 on the river. Double paired board. Ace high holds. What in the world is this, Mr. Fly? Like, what was with that bizarre behavior by a fly chasing me right in my eyeballs? I don't know, dude. That's a big hold for Wizzo. Look, he's got 24 blinds. He's right behind Fimo. He's covering Internet. Wizzo's right back in the game. Don't you dare forget about that 0.6 blinds. 8-9 suited. I don't know if we open. We limp. Okay. Wizzo limps. Fimo as well with 8-9 suited. We got an ace king for Gammy. In the small blind. Kind of a weird spot. Feels like we have to 2-bet to something. Like 4.5. I don't know if we really want to rip it in. We do. Gammy says, yeah, just yoink it in for $4,200. About a 24 blind play. Maybe 4.5 is too big. Do we ever want to make it 4 blinds there? Not too sure with the ace and the king. Anyways, Wizzo folded that suited connected bullshit. We're moving on along. Gammy gets some suited connected bullshit. Ace 4. 10-5 in the big for high risk. And like, you wouldn't believe it, or maybe you would believe it, but the fly's right, like, sitting on Gammy's hand. Or not Gammy, sorry, high risk's hand. 10 and the 5. He's going like this right now. He's using his back hands. He's like doing this too. Oh yeah. Give me some of that. He hasn't been doing the wing dance yet. I go one wing at a time. Oof, 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 oof. Flies are quite fascinating. High risk makes 2 pair. We got top pair for Gammy. Man, I gotta shut the fuck up about flies. He's back on the mic. Fly on the mic. What you got to say? I'm a fly on the mic. Fucking do what I want. I'm in your hair. Now I'm over there. Ace 4 goes for a value bet. High risk just rips it in for about, it's like 29 effective. $6,200 bounty on the line. Ace 4 did not want to see this, let me tell you. Obviously there's some flush draws and potential straight draws. Some sort of like 6-7, 6-4 of hearts, that sort of bullshit. But high risk has the 2 pairs here. And I don't necessarily think they should have went for a smaller check raise. It does kind of look like a spot where you just rip it in. Gammy's got the 2 pair draw, the straight draw to the 2, and the 3 of a kind draw with an ace. A 3 also works for him, eh? So a 2, 3, 4 ace. Right? I think so. In the end, Gammy finds the fold, and we did see that they obviously had the worst of it. Gammy's shown a lot of nice folds during the WCOOP series here. It's actually quite fun to watch. Like, some of it seems nitty or whatever, but then when you really just talk it out, it's like, no, you just don't have the best hand. You just fold. Gammy says that many times. He's been put in many tough spots, but playing good cards. Ace 4, or what is love, opens it up. Jack and a jack for high risk. Big stack. We'll come in for a 3-bet here. 5 blinds is the size. What is love gets a good price, but they aren't suited. A little bit of connectivity and an ace high just hits the muck. Ace queen for Gammy. King queen suited for internet. Could always 3-bet bluff. What do you do, man? 19 blinds. Tough spot. Gammy has been opening quite a few hands. King queen suited does 3-bet bluff. Internet needs a king or some clubs. I think king or ace queen just calls here. We got a $4,300 bounty on the line. 19 blind jam. If Gammy loses, they're down to like 4 blinds or something. Yep. I think we call here, dude. Uh-oh, Gammy. Uh-oh. Don't prove me wrong. I was just talking you up. Playing a great WCOOP. Like I said, I've seen so many nice folds. Here's the good call. Just no king dealer. There's no clubs out there. No king, no chop pot. There ain't no straight out there or nothing. Ace high holds. Gets a big bounty and a big pot. 40 blinds for Gammy. 40 blinds puts him in 3rd place. They're sitting pretty comfy. We lose another body. We're down to 6. $14,000 locked up. Fimo with 10-7 suited in the small blind. Gunners with a 6 and a 6. With a big stack facing the limp. It's kind of a weird spot for him. Just like that ace-king Gammy had earlier facing a limp. You don't necessarily want to jam, I think. Gammy said yes, you did want to jam with the ace-king. Gunners in this instance says we're playing about 23 blinds deep, facing a limp from the small blind. I just want to raise to 3 blinds and take it post flop. Jack, Jack 2 is the board. This Gunners call the 3-bet jam pre-flop if it comes in. Tough spot there for 6-6 if it did come in. 10-7 elected to call pre though. Get a stupid little paired board. Not much doing here for Fimo. They have a backdoor straight draw and they do have 2 overs to the 6s, but they can't hang in there. No siree. Ace 9 for high risk opens it up. Queen Jack for Wizzo. Wizzo can't do nothing. Right? Don't think we get to call here. Wizzo says we get to raise, and the fly is going mad. He was in my coffee cup. It's pretty well empty. Just came whipping out of there at lightning or light speed. Not lightning speed. Is lightning speed a saying? I don't know, man. I gotta just quit worrying about the fly. Ace 10 for Fimo. Coming for the open from the cutoff. How can you not worry about the fly when he's just sitting there staring at you, rubbing his little paws? Coming up with some mischievous plan here. This Fimo flops pair of 10s and the straight draw to the king. It's a bottom pair of 10s, so we might check it back. There's a flush draw out there. Fimo says we will bet and take the pot down a lot. Oh, I was almost getting the wing dance. No, they're just cleaning their wings. Sorry, I'm really trying to not focus on this fly, but he is got my attention. 2-2 for Gunners. They come in for the open. King 10 for What Is Love. 7-4 suited. High risk in the big blind. Oh, we get a jam with the King 10 suited. Offering up a $3,500 bounty. 26 blind jam. Probably gets through. Big call offer deuces. Gunners likes bounties. They say this is a big jam, dude. If we call and we're right, we're flipping. Kind of a tough spot to call with 2-2. Gunners does find the fold. No flip there for what is Love's Life. 6 and a 6. Gammy comes in for the open. Ace-9 for high risk. Could be a 3-bet here covering the 2 players in the hand. 3-bet does come in to 7 blinds. Nice aggressive play with Ace-9. Oh, coming for a little 3-bet bluffski. Try to take the pot down pre. King-8 for Wizzo in the big blind. Somehow hasn't folded yet. Don't 4-bet bluff, even though it might work. Actually, I think a 4-bet bluff would have worked in this situation here. 6s don't even love a 3-bet. Gammy says 5 more to call into about 16. Got a pocket pair facing a big stack. I've got a big stack. If I call and lose 5 blinds, I'll have about 36. Still sitting comfy in 3rd place. Gammy's got a lot to think about here. They say if I fold now, I might just get bullied in the future. If high risk thinks he can just get away with a bunch of 3-bets. Gammy's just tink and says, yeah, I guess I just fold because I'm actually probably going to get bought off the pot post flop a lot. Very difficult situation for Gammy to proceed, especially till we lose a body or 2. Jack-2 for Fimo will get a walk. Ace-8 for What Is Love. We'll see if they open it up here. Nope. King and a 9. Wizzo. King-9 comes in for the open. 2.3 blinds. Big size. Should get through pre. Gunners with a Jack and a 2. Dealt absolute bullshit. Jack-7 for Wizzo. Why did I think they were playing that? Jack-7 for Fimo. Kind of cool. They were both dealt the same hand, but neither player plays it. King-3 for Gunners limps it on in. Gummy? What? Gammy is forced to see a flop with the 10 and the 5. Nah, they're gonna raise, dude. Make it 3.5 blinds. Kind of inducing a 3-bet here. Gunner says, no, we'll call and flop top and bottom pair. What do you think about that, Gammy? Or Gummy? Gammy says, I've got backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. I could go for a C-bet on the king high board. 2.5 blinds, dealer. Oh, we get a free turn. 6. So your 2 pairs counterfeit. Gunner still says this is a pretty cool situation. Obviously there's a flush draw and some straight draws. Gunner's bet's pretty large, 5.2, and that will take the pot down, yeah. 8-8. Uh-oh, ace. Wizzo could get a few pennies here. 25 blinds deep. They'll come in for like a 5 blind 3-bet. King-queen for Gunners. Probably doesn't 4-bet here. No. The blinds will fold. 8-8 is in a weird spot. 6-handed. This pocket pair becomes pretty strong. Is it worth a jam though for about 26 or whatever it was? 25 and a bit? 24 and a bit? Holy shit, I'm bad at math. 8s take the spot. We got a big pot looking for an 8. Some clubs won't work. 7 on the turn. It's no good. Neither is the 9. 51 blinds for Wizzo. Don't you fucking forget about that 0.6 blinds. Whoa. 0.6 blinds to 51. What a turnaround for Wizzo. Absolute wizard. And like I said earlier, we're going to get to see some pure brilliance. It's going to be fun. Jack-5 for Gunners. Nice aggressive open here from the cutoff. 6-6-4 board. They'll bet and take the pot down with backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and queen. Oh, I guess not much action for it. 8-10 might open it up. Gunners just getting after it now. 6-9 suited in the small blind for high risk. Has to fold. Queen is in a little bit of a weird spot. I don't know if we want a 3-bet. I'm about to learn. Queen says, yeah, 3-bet, just 3-bet large. take the pot down, I suppose. Obviously, you want to play a big pot with queen, third best hand in poker. But it's a very scary situation. Wizzo, 3-bet real fast, was not afraid at all. King Jack for Gammy, comes in for the open. 10-9 in the big blind, finds the call. We get a Jack 10-3 flop. That's a pair for both players. Gammy with a good kicker. The top is to pairs. Excuse me. Gammy C-bets. Fimo with 3 in a row to go along with the second pair. Ba-do-do-do, ba-boo-boo-boo. Feels like we're off to the turn, dealer. 5 of spades. That's no help for 10-9. No. Gammy with the Jack and the King. Betting again. 4.5 blinds. Maybe a little bit. Half pot? Just go half pot? Gammy says no, go a little bit more. I was almost on to it, but no, I didn't say it, so it doesn't count. Gammy bets 5.6, sizing up the river jam nicely. Takes the pot down. 8-8 for what is love. Ace-4 suited for gunners. Could always see a 3-bet from the big blind here. $3,400 on the line. Do we 3-bet, rip it in? We could very well just call and go post flop. Very playable. Ace-4 of hearts. Ace queen flop. Not going to be easy to get the all in from 8s here, but was a wise play by gunners to not just blast it off pre-flop. They would have got lucky, of course. Oof. 8 on the turn. So who's getting lucky? I don't know. Right now it looks like what is love. Still got some boat draws for gunners. A queen is real stupid. You would certainly prefer a 4. And an ace also is kind of weird for 8-8 as it loses to any queen. Anyways, what is love with the boat? We'll go for a 4 blind bet. Doesn't quite size up the river jam. We get a jam by gunners here with about 16%. Quick call by the boat. King on the river. Gunners sees the bad news. 55 blinds. Slide over to what is love. They're very another strong player. Gunners very aggressive. Gets after it. Fun to watch, that's for sure. Gets a big cooler in the wrong way. Yeah, that's not what we like to see. 3 of a kind. Losing to the boat. Shit show. Gunner still has 44 blinds. They're in 3rd place after doing a good job of picking up a big ass stack here today. High Risk started this show off with like 180 blinds or something. Now in what, 4th place? 5th place even. Gammy covers him too. Fimo opens the button with ace queen. Ace 2 for Gammy. Defends the big blind. We get a 10-10-4 flop. We got some chop pots with a 4. Gammy obviously could find a 2. Backdoor wheel draw. Fimo bets 1 blind in position. Silly little spot for Gammy here. If we're being honest, it feels like a pocket pair. Feels like something to like 9s through 5s. You could even have 3s or 2s in there too, I suppose. Obviously some ace queen. Probably ace king too. Does some of this check though? I don't know. Fimo goes for another value bet as Gammy does pick up the straight draw. Very interesting read by Fimo. They are correct. 9 on the river. The ace queen still plays. If Fimo just checks, they did a good job of building a little bit of a pot here. 12 blinds will slide their way. Yeah, it gives them a little bit of playability going forward. 25 blinds for Fimo. Beautifully played hand of poker. Looks like everybody's putting on a show here. 6-6 for Wizzo will limp it on in. Very interesting. A call by gunners with queen 4 suited. What in the world's going on here? 9-7 for what is love? Flops 3 of a freaking kind, dude. King 7-7 flop. What is love? Thinks about it. Interesting, dude. Surely we check the 3 of a kind, right? We're going in the tank here. We're somehow gonna lead. We got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. We bet 1.15, a quarter pot. What is love? Goes all the way in the tank. King 7-7 flop. 7 gets a call. King on the turn. The 6s are no good. Not at all. Bum. 6s bet 5.5 with 3 pairs. What is love with the bottom boat? Finds the call. 5 on the river. Wizza was drawing to a chop with 2 outs to the king. They don't find it. 18 blinds in the middle. I hope they don't bluff again. They just got no showdown value. Kings and 7s with a 6 kicker. Feels like we have to bet 16.5 blinds. Plus the rest will slide over to what is love, totaling in 50. Now they are in first place with 71 blinds. That's a big pot. What another stupid comment by the commentator here today. Ace 9 for Fimo. Ace 10 for Gammy. Gunner's out of there with 10-9. Gunner's the beneficiary of that big pot sliding over to what is love. They're in second place now. Oh no, a little 9-6-5 flop. Bad news for the ace 10. And man, Gammy runs the worst. If we're being honest. Gammy runs like shit. Play a damn good game of cards though. Bum. Ace 10 checks. A straight draw to the 8. What do we do, Gammy? There's a spade draw out there. I think ace 10 would just hit the muck facing a bet. There's a 1-liner to an 8. Ace 9 checks. Can ace 10 ever buy the pot here with a bet and a bet on the river? Surely could try, right? Boring. 8 on the river. We got a straight on the board. The flush completes. Ace 9 for Fimo. Doesn't have a spade. Cool in the tank here. Makes it interesting, I guess. No, they're gonna check. They're gonna check. Gammy. Do we bet our straight? Probably so, right? Don't have to bet too big. I was thinking 4.5 exactly. Too bad I didn't say it in time. It'll look cool if I said it in time, that's for sure. Ace 9 will call for the chop pot, playing the board. Gammy says, I got a 10, dude. Not gonna say nothing about what I was looking to the right for. I guess you'd perceive that as the left, eh? Oh my lord. I just gotta quit talking sometimes. Let's just look at the cards. Ace Queen for Gunners there. They raise and take it down pre. What else is going on here? We got a suited ace for what is love. They come in for the open off the big ass stack. 70 blinds. Fimo with jack 8 in the big. Fimo in the big. They're kind of getting to that point where they have to defend the big blind. They say I'm not quite there. 14 blinds. They'll just move along. Look for a better spot. But if Emo's in last place, they could really use a double up. That's for sure. Just brilliant comments here today. Holy shit. I hate myself sometimes. Anyways, high risk has an ace and an 8. We see a king jack 2 flop. That ace means shit. Sweet fuck all. Wizza with the open ender. Looking for an ace, a 9, a queen, or a 10 work. Gunners with a 4 and a 5 doesn't belong there, but I suppose could make a pair and take the pot down. 7.25 blinds in the middle. 4-5 has no reason to bluff here. Ace 8. What do we do? We want to win the pot, but it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. High risk says I'll take a stab on the turn, about half pot. Wizzo with the open ender sees the board pair, so we don't like that. There's a flush draw out there. Jack on the river, double paired board. Wizzo plays the board. Ace 8, can't really call a river jam, right? Maybe Wizzo would bet smaller. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they would jam the river. High risk grips it in. High risk jams that ace. Very interesting happening there. Is that a bluff, I suppose? What are we trying to get to fold? Some sort of pocket pair? Threes through whatever? Very interesting happening. Fimo with a couple of 10s on the button. Another interesting little happening. They come in for the min raise off of 13 and take it down pre. King 6 suited, Wizzo. Do we get to play? Do we get to play? Just under 18 blinds. I lean towards no. King 6 suited is so cool, dude. Wizzo says, I have to let it go. We got a king and a jack in the big blind. There's some wizardry by Wizzo. Not quite the wizardry we were expecting here today. Ace 3 suited for Gammy. 6-7 suited for Gunners. Gammy does cover him. Could come in for a 3-bet. Make it like 6 blinds. Gammy's thinking about it. 7 blinds is the size. Still love to see it. Giving Gunners not the best price here. 5 blinds to call into 16. Our opponent covers us. It's a very difficult situation. 6-7 suited says, yeah, I'll just look for another spot, dude. Give me some other cards. King and a 10, that's mighty fine. Gunners is right back in there, and they don't get it through pre. What is love says 5-3 suited. Let's see, 3 cards. High risk says, I got 5-4 suited. Oh, they just fold. King 7 for Wizzo will get out of there. We get an ace, queen, 3 flop. Not really surprising that what is love made a pair. It's just going to be a matter of can they hang in there. We got a backdoor royal flush draw for Gunners. And they're going to bet 2.5 on the ace high board. 5-3 raises to 6 blinds. Riddle me this one, Poker Stars. Gunners with a straight draw to the jack. Backdoor royal flush draw. Can we just fold that on the flop? No siree. We get a call and an 8 on the turn. 5-3. What are we doing? We got 18 blinds in the middle. I just remembered I got some pizza pops in the freezer. They just called my name, I suppose. 5-3 somehow bets half pot. Don't we just take the pot down? Gunners can't really call here. There's still Jack 10 maybe? Jack 10 is spades. Gunners says, yeah, right, dude. 5-3 though? Nobody's expecting that. Ace 5, Gunners is somehow right back in there, dude. Lost a few chips. Yeah, they lost a few chips. 27 blinds. Not the best run of cards for Gunners over the past few hands. Ace 7, what is love? Opens it up. We got an Ace 5 suited for Fimo. 14 blinds. Do we rip it in? Offer up our bounty. Fimo's in last place. They could take the spot. They find it. Good stuff. And Ace 7 hits the muck. Nice little steal by Fimo. What's going on here? King 9 suited on the button. We get an under the gun open by Queen 9. Not as likely that Fimo takes this spot, but it would be cool if there's somehow 3-bet. Take the pot down again. No. What is love? With the open, we'll take it down. Ace and a queen for Gammy in the small. Gonna be interesting to see if they just limp it in here. Super strong hand. Second place versus first place. Limp pot it is. What is love with a king and a 2? Sees a 10, 7, 6 flop. Nothing doing for king 2. Not much doing for ace queen neither. Checks it on over with some showdown value. Bang off an ace on the turn. King 2, still no reason to be there. 1.5 blind bet, and what is love quickly folds. Got a couple king jacks and a queen jack, an ace and a 3 for what is love in the small blind. Probably just gonna let this shit go. Gunner says, I cover you, you got 15 blinds, I'm thinking about coming along. Do I 3 bet? Gunner says, no. Ace 3 for the big stack. That'll hit the muck as well. Queen jack in the big for high risk. 30 some blinds behind. Again, playing about 15 effective here with Wizzo Wizzo. King jack 2 flop. 2 pairs versus 3 in a row with middle pair. Yeah, 1.3 blind bet. Queen jack finds the call, 9 on the turn. So we got straight draw to the 10 for high risk. Queen obviously is no help. Same with the jack. Oh, we got 4 outs. Going to the river, that kind of sucks. Wizzo Wizzo bets 4 more blinds. Only 8 behind. Only 8 in the middle. 4 into about 16. Stack to pot ratio. Be 0.5 to 1. Is that how you word that? Something feels wrong there. Maybe there shouldn't be a decimal in a ratio. Something about me feels wrong about that. How do you word it? I don't know. How do you word this stack to pot ratio? Got 8 blinds, 15 in the middle, 16 in the middle. Pot to stack ratio is 2 to 1. That makes sense. We got 50% of the pot. Maybe that's how you word it. Queen jack in the tank here with the pair and straight blocker. Finds the call. 13 blinds will slide over to Wizzo. Or 32. Holy shit, man. I am fucking up everything here today. 32 blinds for Wizzo Wizzo. They take down a huge pot. High risk with a 13k bounty on their head. Down to 17 blinds. Fimo, after taking down that pot, puts high risk in last place. Oh, how the tables turn. We got a king 4 suited for Gammy. Gammy will be tempted to open it up here. Do it, Gammy. No, what is love with an 8 and a 7 from the cutoff? It's kind of weird with high risk having 17 blinds. You don't really want to face a 3-bet jam by them. You'll be tempted to call it off wide, and they still have quite a few chips. You don't want to give them a double up, that's for sure. You want their chip stack just to go down. They eventually get it in with like 8 blinds or something. Hopefully you're flipping. You win the big 13k bounty. That's kind of how everybody feels right now. Anyways, jack 8. What is love? Opens queen jack for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll just let that go from the button and we're moving on along. Ace 2. Do we open? We do. 9-9 for Wizzo Wizzo. I don't think we let this one go. Somehow Wizzo Wizzo knew the ace was coming on the flop when 2 aces were folded pre. That's why we fold 9s pre-flop. So Wizzo Wizzo's in 3rd place right now. We could ladder up to 30 grand, so they could make like 16 if they ladder to 3rd place. staying above high risk is really important right now because they have a 13k bounty on their head. Just trying to reason why we would fold 9-9 facing the under the gun open by the biggest stack. Like, I don't think we want to 3-bet the 9s. As we got an ace queen versus ace king here, pretty big pot. Gunners could be in some trouble. They're probably in trouble, right? I think we 4-bet jam here. Is there ever a world where we fold because we want to stay in the game with high risk? No, we are going to get this in here. Gammy shows him ace king and a king on the flop. No help for gunners. They're just out of here. 50 blinds will slide over to Gammy. GG to the gunners there. They see the bad news. We get a break. And I don't know, man. I'm going to take a minute to think about the 9-9 fold. We'll come back from break and finish up the show here today. Alrighty, so we're 5-handed. $18,000 locked up. Moving on along. What is love with this big stack? 87 blinds. Gammy opening up ace queen from the button. Do we get it through pre? Queen 8, not necessarily the best calling hand from the small. What is love says I cover you though. Kind of want to play the hand here. I haven't folded. Maybe I'm just taking a long break. What is love folds? 9-2 suited. We'll defend the big blind. We get a jack 9-6 flop. High risk finds a pair. Gammy bets small 1.5. Does 9-2 get it in here? Does ace queen go bounty hunting? No, I think we just call the flop. We just call 6 on the turn. 9-2 sees a fairish card. Like, you don't expect all the 6x to bet the flop. Don't necessarily expect your opponent to open up every 6 either. Got 8 blinds in the middle. Gammy bangs off a queen on the river. Should have just jammed the turn. No, that wouldn't make much sense. But high risk has 13 blinds. King 10 makes a straight. Any queen makes the toppest of pairs. I don't know if we hang in there with our 9. If I'm Gammy, I just jam here, dude. I'm like $13,000. Yeah, right. I'm all in. Gammy says, yeah, no doubt, dude. Gammy live in the situation says $13,000, bro. I'm all in. What do you do with your 9-2? You got 2 pairs. You call. Oh shit. High risk finds the call, sees the bad news. I thought they were gonna fold there. Preserve the 13 blinds. Could have got back in the game in another situation. You would have expected Gammy to go for maybe a bluff on the turn. I don't know, man. Maybe Gammy gets to the river with their bluffs and says, I don't think you can call here. High risk sees the bad news. They're out of here. Gammy takes down a huge ass pot. They got a couple of aces. 8-7 flops quite well. That it does. 10-9-9 flop. 8-7 with the straight draw to the 6 or jack. Gammy bets 1.5. Ba-boop boop boo, ba-boop boop boo. Got a call by Fimo. Is that a 6, dude? 8-7 bangs off the straight. Gammy with the ace, and the ace needs a 9 or ace. No, we got a 5 on the river. So both flush draws missed. There's some queen jack and shit. Probably won't go for an overbet jam on the river bluff here. I like the check by Fimo, if we're being honest. Ace might go for a value bet. 8 blinds in the middle, less than 14 behind. It might be all in. Just try to get called by a 10. I think it's going to happen here. Gammy rips. We'll get a quick call by the straight here. Very nice play by Fimo to check the river. Whereas if you lead jam, it's not so tempting for aces to find the call there. They still might. You don't expect much pair of 10s just to rip the river for an overbet. Might be worried about a 9 or a straight, obviously. In the end, I gotta say I like the way Fimo played that one. They get max value. Get the full double, 35 blinds for Fimo moving along, still in the game. Get a king 8 on the button. I'm gonna let that one go. Gammy with 6-2 in the small. Gonna find the fold. Ace 9 gets a whack. Got a queen 10, a king 10, queen 3, and a king 8. That's all the hands in the hand. And with that stupid ass commentary, let's see what happens here. Gammy with king 10 suited just calls from the button. Covering Fimo says let's go play post flop. Ace 2-2. Paired board. Ace high is good for Fimo. They could just check and go for a delayed c-bet if we're being honest. How about that? Fimo says I like what you're thinking. Checks it on over to Gammy. Ba boo boo boo. Gammy checks. 4 of hearts on the turn, so we got 2 flush draws out there. Potentially there's a few straight draws, some sort of 5x or 3x. What do you expect much of it? No. Like king 5 suited, does that call pre-flop? Probably not. Anyways, Fimo bets 2/3, 4 into 6 and takes the pot down. Nice little delayed c-bet, gets the job done. 2-2 for Gammy, queen 10 for what is love on the button. We are 4-handed. We got, what, 23,000 locked up? A little bit more than that. Queen 10 for Fimo in the big blind. Gammy with the duck and the duck. Actually has fair equity here against 2 queen 10s. Not going to be easy to navigate. We do get an ace 9 8 flop. Straight draws for the queen 10s. The backdoor hearts for Fimo. 2-2 with the pre-flop aggressive lead. We'll see if they continue with a... No, they don't continue at all. We get a free 6 on the turn, so the straight draw picks up a few outs to the 7. If either of the straight draws bet, I think they'd get Gammy to fold, right? Gammy checks over to what is love, who's on the button again. Gammy bets 5 blinds. Not an easy call for Fimo even. We are sandwiched in between 2 big stacks. We got this straight draw to the 7 and jack. There's a flush draw out there, so we got like perceivably 6 clean outs. We do get a call and a 7 on the river, completing the flush. Don't think we really want to get this all in, but see how Fimo proceeds. They check it over. Good stuff. 17 blinds in the middle, 31 behind. A jam is very unfortunate. Like, Fimo could potentially fold the straight here. Jack 10 is a better straight. Spades get there. Get a 6 blind bet. This will just be an easy call. No reason for Fimo to raise it up here. We're just going to chop the pot. Overbet jam, however. Very scary situation. Ace jack for Wizzo Wizzo. They'll come in for the open on the button. 4-handed, do you still call with that straight there? With just a 10, no spade blocker, nothing? Oof. Just barfing thinking about the situation. 8-9 suited will defend the big blind. We get a 10-5-4 flop. No clubs for Gammy, but they got 3 in a row. Wizzo Wizzo with some backdoor straight draws as well. Wheel draw, Broadway draw, heart draw potentially. Get a king of diamonds on the turn. 5.5 blinds in the middle. Gammy says I cover you. I don't have a great reason to bet here. No straight draw, no nothing, just 9 high. They just so happen to be fortunate enough to have some live cards. Ace jack picks up a straight draw, king on the turn. Good card for their opening range. They bet real big, 4.2, and take the pot down. Blinds go up and we're moving on along. I see ace ace in the big blind. Queen 9 suited for Fimo. Might think of, yeah, surely that's a button open. Obviously got the two big stacks in the blinds, but queen 9 suited looks like an open. And we'll see what the 3-betting size is. What is love? Could say I want to put a lot of pressure on you, make it like 8 blinds. They could go small, like 6, 5.5. Say I want you to see a flop. They go 7, somewhere in the middle, but a little bit closer to the 8 blind size. Says I'm trying to put some pressure on you. I'm trying to drive the value with ace ace. And queen 9 suited says I can't do much here, dude. Gotta preserve my situation. I'm in 3rd place. And we're moving on along. Ace 6 opens. Queen 10 calls the small. 8-7 in the big. We'll come along to the 8-4-4 flop. Eight, 4, 4. Top pair for Wizzo Wizzo. Paired board. Is it still top pair on a paired board? Like if there's only one pair out there, there's 3 of a kind out there. Like Wizzo Wizzo has 2 pairs, so is it still top pair? Like what if Wizzo Wizzo, or what if Gammy had 2s on the 8-4-4 flop? Would they have, well, they would have an under pair. And an 8 would still be top pair, right? Okay. I'm sure glad we figured that one out. Wizzo Wizzo bangs off a boat on the turn. Gammy with the ace high says, my ace could be best here. Do I go for a little bet to protect? Hard to get called by much worse. We'll go small 2.2. Queen 10 for what is love. No draw. Queen high hits the muck. Boat. So Wizzo in the big blind. A freaking boat, dude. Do we just call, give him some room? Wizzo says, no, we gotta build a pot here. 6.5 blinds to go, sizing up the river jam. Hard for ace 6 to call here if we're being honest. Gammy says, fuck, I hate my life. Why did I even bet? Gammy does correctly fold. Nicely done. 10-10. Gammy opens it up. Got an ace 3 for what is love. I haven't folded yet. Are we 3-betting? Ace 3-0. 3-bet comes in. 6.5 blinds to go. What do we do with 10s, man? This is exciting. Got a 17k bounty on the line. What do we do with 10s? Don't want to jam. Don't really want to 4-bet all or non-all in. I think a call comes in, right? What does Gammy elect to do here? 4-handed 10-10 is pretty well a monster. Facing a 3-bet by the big stack. I think we just give him room to bluff. Gammy's all the way in the tank here. They just rip it in for 40 and the ace 3 will hit the muck. Queen 8 suited. What is love is right back after it. Femo's turn with a strong pocket pair. Queen in the small. 28 blinds deep. Weird 3-betting spot for him. I kind of like 7 blinds. Femo says a little bit smaller. 6.5. Femo knows what they're doing here. They take the pot down. Would have been nice to get a little bit more action with queens, but it was nice sizing with the 3-bet. Ace queen for Wizzo Wizzo. Ace 5 for Femo. They do cover him for the $4,200 bounty. Femo comes in for a small 3-bet to 5.5 blinds. Yikes, man. Ace queen suited, 4-handed. We could just rip this in. It's probably a pretty easy 4-bet jam if we're being honest. Just always scary to put your life on the line. We do get a 4-bet non-all in. 11 blinds. Wizzo Wizzo says, I've got an absolute monster here. I don't care about your 3-bet, dude. I'm gonna come in for a little bit more in a min 4-bet. Take the pot down. Ace 9 for Gammy. They'll come in for an open. 10-4 suited for Wizzo Wizzo. They're up to 36 blinds. And I'll say it until the show's over. 0.6 blinds. Somehow Wizzo Wizzo still, the comeback's still alive. They got 35 bigs, dude. They got a top pair. Gammy with an overcard. Backdoor straight draw bets 3 blinds. King on the turn. That's not the overcard we're looking for. There's 11 in the middle. Kind of a spicy happening here. 10-4. Doesn't really want to see too many more bets here. Do we have to call the turn? There's still flush draws and straight draws. Gammy just with 3 overcards. 8.2 blinds. Whoa. Feels like we have to call once more. One more little call. We would have really preferred a heart on the turn. 4 on the river. Wizzo Wizzo finds 2 pairs. Some straights get there. 6-8. 6-3 isn't too likely. Clubs is much more likely. We got Ace 9 for Gammy. No club. We'll see if they go for some sort of big old bluff ski on the river here. Don't do it, Gammy. Check, dude. Check. Check, dude. Check. 27 blinds. Don't do it. Nice. They check and move along with 34. Wizzo Wizzo up to 50 blinds. Just barely behind What Is Love. Holy shit. Jack 8-0. Coming for the open What Is Love. From the button here. Not much behind Fimo. Queen 5-0. Might let it go. That they do. So Gammy down to 34. King Jack in the big blind. We got a 4 and a 4 opening it up. 6-5 suited for Fimo. Probably not playing this. Oh boy, here we go. Don't do it, Gammy. Just call, dude. There we go. Well, 10-8-2 flop. No pairs for Gammy. Couple overcards. Backdoor straight draws. They see a small bet. We might be able to call that. Maybe so, yeah. No, Gammy says we'll just move along. Ace and a king for Fimo. Ace 2 for What Is Love. Get that open from the Ace King eventually. Whoa, my mustache is itchy. Ace 2 3-bets here. Well, Fimo will just 4-bet rip and take the pot down. It's a nice little play here by What Is Love. Put some pressure on the short stack. Opening from the button, you would expect a wide range, and our opponent wakes up with a monster. What Is Love says I'm out of there. Fimo gets another strong hand here. Ace Jack of Hearts. 10-8 suited for Gammy. Probably doesn't play, being in last place here. Oh my god. My nose, my face. You know, I gotta be the stupidest man in the world. I got a pet cat after I knew I was allergic to cats. Cat hair or whatever. It's like, I just love my kitty. And then not only that, I got the most furry cat you could find. Like, I'm just not the wisest. And What Is Love says, I'm gonna come in for another 3-bet here. 6.5 blinds to go. It's not gonna work out. Ace Jack for Fimo. This might be a calling hand. I'm not sure if Fimo's gonna teach me right here. No, they do say call. I was thinking we might want to keep some bluffs in here. It's like King Queen, Ace 4, Ace 5, maybe Ace 10. We get an Ace King 9 flop, so some of that stuff has a pair. You probably just want to call the flop bet when Fimo shoes. There's still Ace King, Ace Queen. What does Love Cat have for value? And speaking of the cat, here he is. You coming to say hello? Got a 5 on the turn. Do we have some chop pots to a 5 or 9? That we do. I was just talking about you, buddy. Look, he's just a furball. You prune? Hopefully that gets picked up. It's fucking cute, dude. Wait, you're almost on camera. There you go, buddy. Yeah, he just always rubs my little face with his little face. Oh, we got a 9 on the river. It's a chop pot. Boring shit. Bad news for Fimo here. Goose is looking right into the mic. He's like, oh, there's a camera? I didn't know that. Yeah, river goes check, chop pot. Bad news for Fimo for real. Like, I love my cat, but let me tell you, that is bad news. Ace Jack, what is level open? King 7 suited calls the small. Fimo with Ace 8 in the big. See, like, how could you not do this with your life, man? Get a little kitty. Ace 8 3-bets here. Fimo's in trouble. Wait, no. If we face a 4-bet, we just fold. You get a call by what is love? Ace at or a jack and an 8. Both players with a pair to go along with the ace kicker. Fimo checks wisely. Got 18.5 blinds in the middle. Yeah, man, that was stupid of me too. Have a little bit of cuddles with my cat, and now my nose is gonna be even worse. Oh, but look at him, he's just so cute. Oh, he's gonna clean my hair? He very often licks my hair clean. Goose, man, you're stealing the show. Oh, and now he's gonna fucking move my mouse and stuff. Hopefully he doesn't hit unrecord or something. I can't see what's going on. It's okay there, Goose, man. You're banging the microphone. It might hurt somebody's head or their ears if they're wearing headphones. Get a free 9 on the turn, it looks like, right? No, wait. Looks like Ace Jack went for a bet. Cat, you gotta move, dude. Did Ace Jack go for a bet? Ace 8 calls. We get a 9 on the turn, putting a 1-liner to a 10 out there. Sorry, my cat's distracting me. If you didn't realize. And I did call upon it. Anyways, Ace Jack will check and show it down. What is love? Takes down a nice pot. They'll try their luck with Ace 8 suited. Got a Queen 7 for Gammy in the big. And Goose is going to sit right there. Oh, Queen 7 calls. 10, 9, 8 flop. 5 blinds in the middle. We got bottom pair checking the back. Gammy's got a straight draw to the jack or 6. A queen also works. And Goose is back where he doesn't belong. How would you lay like that, buddy? See, we'll put you on the camera. Whoops, how do we get you there? You're not looking? I should just focus up on the fucking tournament here, dude. Pair of 8s turns into a boat come the river. Gammy with freaking queen high. Probably not putting any pennies in the middle here. Oh, just kidding. He's going to go for an overbet bluff. Probably not putting any... Oh, just kidding. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Gammy. And then they get Ace Jack suited. Be pretty ecstatic to play this one here. They limp it on in. 9-7 suited. Flops a pair of 7s. Queen 7-5 flop. We both got the backdoor heart draw. Gammy checks it over. What is love with that pair of 7s? Bets 1 blind. Gammy has to call here. We'll see it turn. Queen of hearts. Queen of hearts, so we both pick up that flush draw, dude. What is love? Bets 3.5. Gammy looking for an ace, jack, or heart. They find the call. We get the king of spades. We got 12 in the middle. Actually, there's a lot of shit that misses. Hard to imagine a pair of 7s goes for value on the river here. Ace Jack leads 3.5. That's not going to work out. Still hard to imagine a 7 raises. $17,000. 7 folds. Gammy gets away with it with Ace Jack. What is love? Runs out of time. Surely if they had more time bank, they would have thought longer. That's all you can really make out from the situation. Felt like a 7 facing that small of a bet should call, right? Although, like, What is Love could have a lot of draws that missed. So could Gammy, you know? What an interesting little happening there. What is Love says my flush draw missed. Maybe my 7's no good here. And it was. What an interesting happening. Fimo with Jack 10 suited opens it up. Gammy with Ace King suited. 3 bets. We get a King Jack 2 flop. Top pair versus middle pair. Fimo with backdoor straight draws, I suppose. Gammy with the backdoor nut flush draw, backdoor straight draws. They bet about 3 blinds into 12. 14.5 behind. Very interesting spot for Fimo as my cat scratches my elbow. Fimo calls. Bingo. 10 of spades. Very, very interesting card. Flush draw, straight draw, top pair, top kicker. Gammy's going to be pretty ecstatic to get this one in. We got 2 pairs for Fimo. Oh, a deuce also works. For Gammy, that is. I'd give him 2 pairs with the best kicker. We're going to get this one in pretty well flipping. 6 on the river. 6 of clubs. Just a complete brick. And Gammy says, what the fuck, dude? They get this Ace 7. They rip that in. Does Queen 9 go bounty hunting? What happens here? Wizard with 10-4 will get out of the way, I'm sure. What is Love calls? $17,000, dude. Fimo with King Jack and the big blind surely calls, right? Do they rip? Isolate the pot? 17,000 reasons to isolate the pot here for 40 blinds. Fimo calls. 10-10 5 flop. Ace high still best somehow. Does Gammy get a triple up for 25 blinds? Just like Wizzo earlier? The short stack just finds a way to hang in there? You running away now, dude? Okay, don't go to the courts. Here, go over there. Go play chess. Give me a deuce on the turn for free. So we need to see some pairs here, or the ace high will obviously hold. Oh, no, why did I even say something so stupid? What is Love? Finds a 9 on the river. King Jack isn't going to bluff him off the pot. Paired board. All the flush draws and straight draws miss. Clean little 9 on the river. What is Love? Will think about a little value bet, but then they might say I don't really want to face a raise, so I might show it down. What is Love? Says Brendan, I'm no pussy, dude. I am all in. What in the pussy shit was that check back idea? $17,000 slide over to What is Love. They take down a fair pot. It's like 20 some blinds, right? What is Love? Sitting pretty here. 94 blinds in total. Has a king and a 7. Fimo with ace 9 in the small blind. Will raise to 3.5. Nice situation for What is Love here. Very strong player, played a damn good game, but it's been fun to watch. We still got a ways to go though. Ace high board, Fimo. Bet about what? Is that a quarter? Is that a third? A third would be bigger than that. Looks to be a quarter. Is it even a quarter though? It doesn't matter, dude. Top pair will bet and take the pot down. Got an ace 9 suited for What is Love and a king and a 10 for Wizzo. See the 4 blind open. King 10 probably has to call and see a flop here. I don't want to rip my nose off. Look how big it is, dude. Just want to rip it off. It's like Pinocchio or some shit. Like I'm lying all the time. No, there's actually a better joke about my nose. I'm trying to remember it. Can't quite think of it off the top of my head. Anyways, we get a queen 6-3 flop. King 10 facing a bet will fold right then and there. King 2. What is it? Like, you can see my nose, but I can't see the joke from a mile away. Anyways, ace queen Fimo in the big, thinking about a 3-bet, finds it, 8 blinds to go, and I'll take it down pre. Queen 10 for Wizzo Wizzo. Doopity doo, doopity doo. Getting open from the button. Fimo folds is small. 8-7 defends the big with a call. Oh, we both got straight draws going on here. Jack 9-4. What is love is looking for a 10. How about a 10, dude? King on the turn. Oh, was that the nuts? Wizzo Wizzo finds the nuts. 10 blinds in the middle. I don't think they check here. And I don't think they get called if they go for a bet. Very likely just goes bet fold. Yes, sirree. Always nice to make the nuts, but you kind of need your opponent to make a hand as well. Oh no, we got Jack Jack versus Ace Ace, 40 blinds deep. What is love? Says, I know what love is, Poker Stars. Thank you so kindly. We are 3-handed. Jack Jack might as well be as strong as like queens or kings here. Queens, no. Kings, yes. Jack Jack may as well be strong as King King. How about that? Oh, my nose, man. Time to just cut it off. Jack Jack sees a 7.5 blind 3-bet, rips it all in. We're looking for a jack, no chop potentials, no jack, just an 80 blind pot for what is love, and I think a $4,300 bounty. Oh my god. 2-2 for Wizzo Wizzo. 2-2 for Wizzo Wizzo. They limp it on in. Ace 5 for what is love in the big blind. Limp pot, checks it back. Obviously, if it's a limp pot. King Jack 9 flop. What is love? Throws out a little love, says GL. Two is the best hand, I suppose. Wizzo Wizzo goes deep in the tank here. Doesn't say good luck. Checks it on back. Kind of weird when your opponent says good luck and you don't even say good luck back. Is your keyboard broken? I doubt it, dude. You know how to delete that? First and second in the table? It's tilting me so much. Yeah, when I did my heads-up battle there, oh shit, did I just spoil something? No. There's no spoilers here. When I made a final table on PokerStars, I saw the little the little display there. They've got 2 little cash stacks, like one rate. Oh, I don't want to move my mouse over there. It's on either side of the table, man. It's really stupid. You got one over here. It says first place plus bounties, second place plus bounties on the other side, and then you got to you got that hand in the middle of it. It's kind of a stupid little design choice, I think. And then another thing was it said first place was whatever amount of dollars plus bounties, and then it said second place, and it didn't say plus bounties. But it's like, the thing is, I understand second place isn't going to scoop more bounties. All I'm saying is second place got bounties, and you're saying on the final table there that second place only gets a certain amount of money. I don't know. I was just confused by the whole thing. They should scrap the idea. Just, we'll move along. We got a queen 10 for Wizzo Wizzo, picking up a straight draw, open-ended, 5 high for what is love. Let's have 2 live cards with the 5 and 3. Somehow we got 8 blinds in the middle there. I didn't see the action. I was too busy complaining about some nonsense, I guess. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you're probably really confused. You're like, what is this idiot rambling about? But if you do know what I'm talking about, then maybe you're like, this idiot is just rambling. We got a queen and an 8 for what is love. Getting a walk. Jack, jack. We'll open it up. Are we limping? Fuck, man. Hate heads up poker sometimes. Limp pots. 7-2 suited. Wizzo could raise. They say nope. We'll just go flop a flush draw and straight draw. How about that? We got like 40 blinds. That 2 in the middle. See how things proceed here. East side board. Jack, jack. Probably doesn't want to get too spicy, right? Bet 1 blind. Wizzo check raises to 3.5. So things are a little spicy. Jacks find the call. King on the turn. Just under 10 blinds in the middle. Getting overbet by Wizzo. Straight draw and flush draw will get jacks out of there. And like, how do jacks even hang in there, dude? Very nice bluff by Wizzo. 8 and 4 facing the limp. Will raise to 4 blinds. Jack 8 comes along to the king 9-9 flop. Flush draw for what is love with the 8 high. Will bet and take the pot down. Ace jack versus 10s. 40 blinds deep. This could very well get in pre-flop. Oh, but we're playing a limp strategy. Does it? Got to raise to 4 blinds after the limp. What is love might 3-bet? Do we make it like 12? Maybe like 10.5? 11? We call jack high board. Weird spot for 10-10. The jack doesn't seem too scary. Wizzo says, I'm still going to wisely check it on over, dude. Still going to wisely check it over. Top pair, top kicker will go for a value bet, and 10s have to call at least 1. If we pick up a straight draw, we'll be off to the river. Best case scenario is we make a set. Now a full house. As the 8 pairs the board on the turn. Heads up poker's weird. We got a limp, raise to 4 blinds, a call, jack 8-6 flop. What is love? I think bets small. Gets a call by the 10s. 8 pairs the board on the turn. We get another bet ski by ace jack, and 10s are like, well, I block queen 10, dude. Block 10-7. Do you just have a jack? Am I just about to pay it off and lose? Ace jack rips, of course. Top pair, top kicker. Super strong hand, heads up. What does 10s do, dude? What 10s do, dude? That's a difficult sentence. No idea. We block some stuff, including some flush draws. So maybe some bluffs like king 10 of clubs. Would ace 10 of clubs do this? I don't know, man. 10-10 finds the call, sees the bad news. What is love? Gets the job done. Gets another 4K bounty. Looks like they got just over 108K for their efforts. Very nice showing from What is Love. Played very well. Of course, you got to run good, play good to win the tournament. What is Love signed up for that show here today. But I suppose that's the end of the show. High risk. They put in a good showing. They lost a lot of chips there, unfortunately. There's a few bluffs that didn't work out. A few unfortunate situations. You know what? Yeah, that's all I got for you to hear today. If you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. If you have any comments or suggestions on improving the show, fire them down in the comments below. If you got any funny things to say about how many times I fucked up here today, that would be kind of cool. I like reading jokes, you know? Anyways, that is all I have. So, adios, amigos. See you next time.